Welcome back to the We Needed Roads podcast, and for 200 episodes, we've reviewed films, binged TV shows, argued over rankings, repeatedly called Jose a bag of dicks, and somehow still managed to stay friends. So, rather than counting down another top 10, we're hosting the very first Roadie Awards, an award show celebrating not just your favourite films and television, but, well, us. Yep, the team here at the We Needed Roads podcast, celebrating the running jokes and legendary debates that have made We Needed Roads what it is. Every host brings their personal favourites across a whole host of TV and film categories. No Rotten Tomatoes, no IMDb rankings, no Screenrant articles. David. Just the films and shows that mean the most to us. Will I hand out 5 stars before we've even finished the intro? Most likely. Will Marie go full collective from the MCU with even more fictional husbands added to her harem? Definitely. Will Jose once again choose chaos and start another civil war with one bad take? Very likely. Will David emerge from his horror cave long enough to nominate something without vampires, cults, and sacrifice, or will it all just be Bluey and Zog? Can Luke keep the peace, or will he once again be ignored while making the most sensible point in the room and wishing he'd read a book instead? And holy fuck, returning to the podcast for the first time in over a year and a half, because he's been very busy travelling the world removing all the brown M&Ms, it's Ben.
Yay!
Woo! That's
Good
so
intro.
muted compared to when Ben actually signed on, isn't it? So grab a drink and a snack. Not you, Jose. You eat enough on this podcast already. Polish your imaginary trophy, not in a sex way, and join us for the Roadie Awards, a celebration of 200 episodes, countless recommendations, unforgettable debates, and the wildly different tastes that make We Need Roads what it is. Welcome to the Roadie Awards. Cue the music. What started as an idea me and David had in COVID, like 98% of other podcasts, is somehow still going 5.5 years later. We've gone from audio-only podcasts to video podcasts, which I put off for as long as possible because, that's literally my day job. And we've gone from just the two of us in our bedrooms to adding in Jose, Marie, Luke, Ben, and even more people who aren't here today. I was going to say, after me and David started it, we then had the Ben era, who helped sub in many times. Well, David was off being busy, and this isn't in the exact order it happened. You helped make a human, you moved house, you got a sausage dog, you changed jobs, and you got married.
Yeah.
All since we started the pod, man. So, a lot's happened.
It's been a good few years. Yeah. It's been all right. But I feel like you forgot to mention why the pod started, though, because it was your therapy session.
Was it?
That's why I started it. Okay. You don't know that. You know it now. So I was on the tube one day. I was on the Piccadilly line, and I thought to myself, Neil's a bit depressed at work. he's high. His blood pressure's like up here because you were full time at the job that won't be named. So I thought he could do with a bit of a fun side project. Let's start a podcast together. And then that therapy session's now lasted for 200 episodes. So there you go, Neil.
And maybe led to more stress.
Thought I keep you occupied, have a bit of fun with your mates. Now here we are.
So after about a year and a half, we realised it wasn't just our friends and family giving us pity listens. We actually become part of this really cool online podcasting community through Twitter, because we're still never calling it the other thing. Elon, you fuck nugget. And it was around this point that, David, you started episodes with really bad dad jokes. Do you remember any of your bad dad jokes?
I don't even remember doing this. That's how good my dad jokes were. I don't even remember this being a thing.
It definitely was.
I can see why it stopped.
Cue a David joke.
Hey man, yeah, it was going all right, man, until I got home and my girlfriend started having a go at me because I never buy her flowers. No, I didn't even know she sold flowers.
Was that a joke, David? Was that another terrible joke?
Ha ha ha, that was funny.
That made me want to drown myself.
Luke gets it.
Yeah. I get the format.
And also at some point, I stopped trying to crowbar in a Back to the Future quote every episode because, again, you just run out of really good ones really quickly. And they just get so niche and weird. Everyone's like, what are you talking about, Neil? Hi, and welcome to the We Need Roads podcast. And are you telling me you made a time machine out of a DeLorean? And last night, Darth Vader came down from planet Vulcan and told me if I didn't take Lorraine out, he'd melt my brain. Also, I tried to put a picture of Biff at the end of every episode, like the penis in Fight Club, We also made great friends with some indie pods and creators like Stu over at the Stu World Order, the guys over at Cast Me to Hell, but some of our first followers, the guys over at Seismic Cinema and Seismic Soccer. The only time me and David went and talked about football on a podcast, which was random and strange, because what do we know about that? We had the one and only Chat Tsunami, the girls over at W Rated, Sarah from Popcorn Chat, and Em over at Verbal Diorama, who interviewed me and David for this Film Stories website where we got British Independent Podcast of the Week about a year into doing this. So he's like, oh, wait. We are half decent at this, so we will keep going it.
That's another thing I don't remember doing.
And you worry about my brain, Marie.
Have I been
right?
a part of this podcast?
I did listen back to the older episodes in prep for this to just, see what we were doing 5.5 years ago. So, David, okay, as your memory is absolutely terrible, I'm going to give you a freebie here. What was our very first episode about?
It was Doctor Sleep versus The Shining. I remember that because
Yes, it was.
foolishly think that Doctor Sleep is a better film, which I think is just stupid, Neil. It's just stupid.
It is done by your man crush, Mr. Flanagan.
I do love Mike Flanagan.
Yeah, the restraining
You
order
look
is
a bit
still in
like
place.
Mike Flanagan, you know.
So now there are 6 of us here. Let's just settle the debate for once. Jose, what is better, Doctor Sleep or The Shining?
Well, seeing as I've only seen one, I'm going to have to default to The Shining. And I want to
Rubbish.
say that I think
That's
you
it,
might
no.
be a little you might be a little biased because of one particular actress in Doctor Sleep.
I have an exact idea who you mean. Yes. One of my fictional wives, Rebecca Ferguson. Absolutely. Marie, you've seen neither, I imagine.
I've seen neither. Does Doctor Sleep have a rock soundtrack? Because this might clue in what's happening here.
Especially. No, it's more the Rebecca Ferguson element.
It doesn't not have a rock track, though, rock soundtrack, though, does it?
Luke, Doctor Sleep or The Shining?
I've only watched The Shining, haven't read Doctor Sleep yet, so I haven't watched the movie. I need to read the book. I'm a
It's not
purist.
looking good for you, Neil.
Because no one else has seen it, apparently. At least I know Ben has seen The Shining, and I'm hoping he's also seen Doctor Sleep.
I haven't seen them both, yeah. And Shining is by far and away the better movie. And don't get me wrong.
I knew there was a reason I loved Ben.
Doctor Sleep is really, really good. And Ewan McGregor shines in it. It's fucking brilliant. And they touch back on all the right things. They depart from the book quite heavily, because there's a big problem with the end of The Shining in the book where they burn the hotel down. And to make a sequel, you have to somehow magically rebuild a hotel. I think it's a better movie, and a lot of it is probably because of where I saw it in my life. I was a lot younger, so I was a bit more susceptible to the mind games of it. When you flash forward to being in your 40s and watching, the sequel to one of those classic movies, it just doesn't have the same magic for me. If you separate those two movies off, if Doctor Sleep was nothing to do with The Shining, you could quite easily say, movie of the year, but it just doesn't hold up.
Okay. Well, there was a lot of these, so I'm not going to argue. Next, moving on.
Sorry, who won there,
hang on,
Neil?
sorry,
I just
who
want you to
wins?
say it.
Yeah.
Cinema one, David. Cinema. And that restraining order is definitely not being dropped on Mr. Flanagan. That's all I say. Well, next up, we made one attempt to ask listeners what we should review on the pod via social media. And the reason it has stayed at one attempt is because it caused what we now refer to as the Freddy got fingered incident. Thanks to our friend Jamie for rigging and spamming the vote across all our socials for this.
Good lad.
David was appalled. David's wife, Natasha, was appalled. Were you even married at this point, David?
No, we weren't married.
And she's still married
weren't
to you after
engaged
making you watch
either.
this.
Yeah.
Wow. So there you go. True love.
I, honest to Christ, fucking hated that film.
Don't have to bring heresy into it, David.
No need for blasphemy.
Okay, so we know David's thoughts on it. Jose.
I never watched it. I knew what it was about.
Oh.
Don't do it to yourself, Jose.
Yeah.
You are the right age, Jose.
I had taste. It's like
Oh,
Do you? Oh.
I grew up with Tom Green on MTV. I knew better to watch his movie.
Whenever I think my estimation in you can't go any lower, you say something like that. Something hurtful about Tom Green. Marie, I'm going to take a wild guess. Never seen it.
Value my time too much. And that's saying something.
It's not looking good for all the films you love, is it, Neil? Half the people haven't seen it.
Luke.
I'm going to shock everybody. I've seen it and I grew up with it and I love it. I think it's genius.
Yes.
I tried to find the DVD because we own the DVD. Surprisingly, couldn't find it. I know it exists somewhere in the house. I haven't seen it in years, but I like it. So Neil, you're not on your own. Like,
Fair enough.
I wouldn't watch it out of fun, but I've seen it. You know.
And I have a feeling Ben also may be a fan of this film.
Daddy, would you like some sausage? Daddy, would you like some sausages? It's just fucking ridiculous. It's bonkers as a movie. It's exactly the kind of turn your brain off dumb shit that I loved as a kid. And it's an adult doing it. So like when I watched it, well, how old were we when this movie came out, dude? Like fucking
Early 20s?
20s? Like it was just dumb. Utterly fucking dumb. It doesn't mean anything. It's not going to change the world. But fuck me, it's funny.
You know what it is? It's basically what we would have done if someone had said, "You guys think you're funny? Here's 20 million. Go make a film."
But like we wouldn't have even been that like ridiculous. Like he,
it would have been worse.
He was just like he's so far out there. Like it's funny because of how ridiculous it is. You've just got to like you can't. A movie like that would never be made now. I don't know if there's a fine line between bravery and stupidity.
It was the MTV era of movies. You know what I mean? You could just do anything.
Yeah, you could. And it was like, I feel like it was like MTV money as well. So it was like the height of MTV. So they just went, go nuts. And he did. And Christ, it was off the hook. I've showed people on tour buses like over the last, like, I don't know, 10 years or so of this movie. And some people were just like, that's the funniest thing I've ever seen. And some people want to fire me. Like, it's ridiculous.
That's the litmus test to work with Ben.
Well, I don't know about working with me, about putting up with me, maybe.
Well, moving on, we then had our very first guest on the podcast, and that was crime author and friend of the pod, Charlie Gallagher, as he joined us to review what we were watching, but also for us to fantasy cast his new book at the time, The Friend. Now, Charlie was due to come back on, but he declined, not because of, well, I was going to say anything we did, but it is because of something we did. David. If you want to hear a very inebriated David, then please skip ahead to this clip from episode 34, where he proceeded to get utterly shit-faced during the recording. Now, David, this was late September 2023. Do you have any recollections of what was going on in your life at this point?
I don't think this happened.
I know you don't think this happened because you drank that much during the pod.
I don't drink. Like now, even. Like, so I think this is a lie.
Well, let's go to the tape.
We're getting into it. And if we're getting into it, I need to... Oh, come on. Get some of that.
David, just, get up, wandered off for a beer in the middle of the pod. Professional, ladies and gentlemen, that's what he is. He's a professional. I mean, not professional podcast, I don't know. How long does it take David to get a beer from the fridge? How long does it take David to get a beer from the fridge?
This is what yeah, it's good.
You know we're not in lockdown anymore, right? You know you can't leave the house and go places.
Yeah, but as I just said, people are out there. Is what's his face still at the office?
You know we're in the middle of a podcast, David.
Oh yeah. What were we talking about?
Okay, that one did happen.
Well, like we said, while you were busy moving house, David, starting the new job and getting married, I drafted in a literal old shipmate, Mr. Jose Lopez from Florida, who began to fill in for David, and then he just never left, and he became this podcast agent of chaos. Fair assessment, Jose?
In my defense, I didn't start as an agent of chaos. I was very much playing by the rules in the beginning, and then you just kind of wore me down with the dick sucking or eating of dicks, and so it just kind of messes with your brain a little.
I think the only person.
No, you leave that as it was. That was perfection.
I think the only person whose brain's got a problem, Jose, at the minute is yours from Marie's gay mind control that she's trying to clearly been exerting on you over the last couple of months.
Yeah, I'm kind of scared of my own power at this point. I mean, the fan fiction is writing itself.
I'm just here.
He's just this one guy. You can't blame him.
I've enjoyed the process. It's otherwise I would be gone.
Can you remember from your first episode on November 11th, 2023, which was our 57th episode of the show? Can you remember anything we reviewed?
Not at all. I know we've talked about it, but I tried to.
I literally reminded you within the last week what it was so you could prep, and fantastic. So, Jose, we talked Babylon, Empire of Light, The Rig, The Peripheral, Tulsa King, and we did a spoiler review of The Menu.
I think I talked about The Menu.
And The Peripheral, because I've never watched that show, so that must have been you.
Oh yeah. I did talk about The Peripheral. I watched like a few episodes leading into it.
And then, can you believe, right? It took one whole episode before David came back, and then we had our first Neil, David, and Jose episode.
Yeah, he saw the writing on the wall. He's like, "This guy's gonna take my job."
I was like, there's no way this 50-year-old man could look this young.
I need to investigate.
And Jose still says he hasn't seen The Substance, which I just don't believe.
You know what? I do gotta. I was realizing I gotta watch that. It looks really good.
Mm-hmm. Rather than Live It, yes.
Yeah, oh.
Well,
I see
on that
now.
episode, gentlemen, we reviewed Extraordinary, Lockwood & Co., Knock at the Cabin, Ant-Man Quantumania, and Knock at the Cabin's social media team used our quote from our episode trailer for their social media episode. So it was our first pull quote from anything we'd said that had been used by an actual film. Cue the clip.
Can you open the door, please?
They're breaking in!
Then, episode 64 was a very special episode because it was a spoiler special on the excellent and now sadly cancelled after 2 seasons, You Utter Mothers Disney Plus show, Extraordinary. I put a tweet out about how awesomely the show was edited and the music choices in the show, Shut Your Face, Jose and Marie. And much to our surprise, one of the show's editors, Dan Crinian, commented on the post. They were going to make a joke about me only liking rock soundtracks. Ben, you've been away a while. That's what happens now. It's just a thing.
You mean we speak the truth?
Anyway, I sent Dan a DM and he asked if he'd like to be interviewed on the show. He said yes, and suddenly we had our first interview with someone from the world of film and TV. So I was like, oh, this is cool. Looked him up, and I was like, oh, shit. He was Emmy nominated for his work on Killing Eve, and we had a great hour-long chat about how he became an editor in the industry, and then more specifically about the show Extraordinary, which we all really enjoyed. Now, episode 65 was another first, as that is when Ben made his first appearance, starting a mini run as our sci-fi guy, apparently. That's how I billed you at the start, because we talked The Mandalorian and Picard, Season 3, and Guardians of the Galaxy.
It was really funny because I heard about you, like you talking about the podcast and stuff, and but like listened to a bunch of episodes and was like, why isn't anybody telling Neil he's wrong? Why won't anybody tell him to shut up like I do down the pub? Like, shut up, Neil. That's like you're right. That's ridiculous. But because I've known you so long, and then I remember speaking to like one of our mutual friends, Jamie, the pole rigger, which is which is you take that whichever way you like. But he
rigged the pole, Jose.
He rigged the pole. He was like, yeah, you should definitely go on there and keep telling Neil he's wrong. And I was like, all right, I'll do it. I'll go on there and fuck around with Neil for a bit. But we got stuck into it, and I was like, as soon as we started, I was just like, oh, this isn't what I thought it was going to be, because I agree with Neil on everything pretty much. And these two shows and one movie, and I was like, fucking, I fucked myself up. I better come back and do it again. Like next time I'll really tell him. I'll stick it to him. And it wasn't for like, I don't know, like a month's worth of us doing it that I was finally like, this is the point where I could tell you you're wrong. I can't remember what it was on, but I was like, no, fuck you, Neil. This is not how this is going. But it took, and then by that time I was already like, the hooks were in, and I was addicted.
Well, and after that, mate, literally episode 69, because of course it has to be, was the first Neil, Ben, and Jose episode, as we sadly reviewed DC's The Flash.
Oh, God.
Poor people.
I listened back. I think we may have been wrong on this one, guys.
In what way?
We didn't like
What did
it,
we say?
we didn't hate it as much as everyone else.
I mean, I think we were being apologetic.
I watched it recently, and it's fucking dog shit. It's beyond a fucking joke of a movie. Like let's just breeze over some of the worst CGI I've seen in modern times. Like, horrendous. Like, the storyline is less about the Flash than it is about shoehorning other characters in. Like, Ezra Miller was never a good Flash. He was never a good person by all accounts. Like he's fucking awful. Like, they've managed to fuck the whole essence of what the Flash is. As a huge comic book fan of the Flash when I was a kid, they didn't pick the best parts of the Flash to showcase. Keaton is fucking great as Batman, almost like a throwaway part for him. And I forget who played Supergirl, but I was stoked on that. That performance.
Sasha Kelly.
Sasha Kelly, thank you. what a performance! And then just what, like, piggybacking on the back of like an average Superman movie. Like, get out, just get out. Stop writing movies.
Here's my question, Ben.
hmm
Why did you watch it again recently then?
I don't know, morbid curiosity, man. Like, it was just fucking. I was like, it can't have been as bad as I remember. My girlfriend hadn't seen it, and like, she was like, "Let's put it on," and I was like, "Fuck it, yeah, all right, why not?" Like, I like the Keaton stuff. That'll be funny. And we got to the part where he's rescuing babies falling out of a building, and my girlfriend went, "Turn this off. It's fucking trash."
That's about 10, 15 minutes in,
Yeah,
I think.
yeah,
Wow.
it's that.
Man.
Fair. Well, episode 79 was another first-time guest. We had Sarah from the Popcorn Chat on, and we did our top 10 on one of my all-time favourite directors, Richard Linklater. Now, episode 81 was also quite special because we had this super fan from Portugal who used to comment on most of our social posts. And I think as me and Ben were doing an episode on season 4 of Sex Education, we thought, you know what, it might be a good idea for it just not to be two, middle-aged white guys talking about the show. Yeah, perhaps we need the female perspective on it. So we invited someone called Marie on from a podcast that grabbed our attention because it was called Two Girls, One Reusable Cup. And then since then, she's never left unless she's had no interest at all in what we're talking about.
I have one question. What's her last name, Neil?
Why didn't you ask her, Jose?
Jose.
No, I want Neil to say it.
We know what I meant like on pronunciation, so no, you can do it.
This would be embarrassing if Jose doesn't know how to pronounce it correctly.
Come on,
either.
Jose.
Stanza?
Sorry.
Nothing. I'm fine. Let's move
Pardon?
on.
You dug this hole, Jose.
You dug it for yourself, you're going to die in it.
Wait, do you remember my dad's name, Jose?
Oh, that's.
I mean,
even
come on, Marie.
worse.
If you can't remember pronounce your surname, asking for your dad's. Is it going to be something really normal like, Peter?
No, it's not.
No, it's not. She did tell me. She did tell me in all fairness.
And you forgot,
I
clearly.
should know as a friend.
Because he's like Jose's biggest fan, so
Yeah,
I think he's the favorite in the pod.
Really?
I have to shout him out now.
No
Thank
accounting
you
for
very
taste, that's all I can say.
much. Marie's dad.
Marie, your first episode was on sex education. What do you remember about it?
It was absolutely awful. Like, it was with you and Ben, and my Wi-Fi kept cutting out.
Oh,
So I
remember
kept,
that.
like, disappearing halfway through. And I felt so terrible because I wanted to make a good impression so badly because I was in, like, my people-pleasing era. And I felt terrible. I was just like, oh, God. I cringed so hard of that happening. And then also, I think I just wasn't harsh enough because the last season of A Sex Education is absolute shite, and I think I was just too nice. I was I was in my people pleasing era.
That stopped fairly quickly, didn't it?
That it did. Got some self confidence, and then don't give a fuck anymore.
Burn it all down.
My new motto. But yeah, no, not the greatest first impression.
I forgot about the internet not working all the time. So, yeah.
Yeah, that was a thing, wasn't it?
I didn't think that left a bad impression at all. We were just like, fucking internet. You can't get reliable internet anywhere these days. Like everything that you put into the podcast, like the substance that you added was great. It was stuff that we hadn't thought about, hadn't thought to care about. It was like the perspective was awesome. And that's like, I was like, after I remember saying to Neil at the end of that, I was like, she should stick around because she's fucking great. And then Neil just like leaving because he does that. He just turns like the pod off.
Well, on episode 83, somehow David returned after almost 4 months away. And checking my notes, again, the excuse was getting married, moving house, job, etc., etc. And then you said, oh no, actually, I've been playing Baldur's Gate 3 for 4 months.
Playing what?
Baldur's Gate 3.
What?
Boulder?
Baldur's Gate?
Boulder?
Baldur's Gate.
Who is this Boldar?
Oh, I'm sorry if I've mispronounced the name wrong, Jose.
Oh,
What's Marie's
the
surname again?
American. Baldur's Gate. Baldur's Gate.
It's
Baldur's
a
Gate.
boulder. Baldur's Gate.
Yeah.
Boulders.
Why don't I spell it like Boulder then, for fuck's sake? Anyway, David.
I think this was actually when Evelyn was born.
Okay.
I think that's what actually happened there. Because that was about 2 years ago, right? And she's turning 2 tomorrow.
Hey,
Hey.
Hey, happy birthday!
Birthday.
I think that was it. And then, because when they're little and babies, they don't do anything. You know, you just put them somewhere and then that's where they stay.
bit like Jose.
You got to feed them and change their poop every now and then.
Not like Jose.
So yeah, that's probably why I was playing Baldur's Gate.
Episode 84 was our first pod with me, Ben, David, and Jose. 2 minutes and 7 minutes on the greatest Christmas film of all time, Die Hard.
How about 2 hours and 7 minutes?
Yeah.
What did I say?
You just said 2 minutes and 7 minutes.
That was the one and only episode I really studied for and led the episode.
So now you admit it, Jose. Shit,
The
man.
one time I did
it.
my research.
The one time I did what Neil asked.
I like to live vicariously in the spur of the moment with these podcasts.
Yeah, so I mean, not do research. Fine. Moving on. Episode 93, thanks to Ben's connections, we got his friend and punk rock filmmaker Josh Roush on the podcast to talk about his career, his film Wrong Reasons, and what makes a film punk. So we did a little bit on what films are punk, which was cool. Josh also works for Kevin Smith, producing many of his behind-the-scenes docs, and Josh joined us from the Smod Castle Cinema in New Jersey, which was just like, that was cool.
Love
That was
Kevin
very
Smith.
cool. See, Luke is one of the younger people who has taste and knows what he's talking about.
I've got Dogma on Blu-ray. I love it.
I was at
The new Dogma as well.
I do, yeah.
I was at Josh's place the other day, and Kevin turned up. Like, just came round to sign a bunch of
he did.
stuff. Yeah, and
I love it.
and he was like,
Oh, that's so nice. That's
They-
wonderful for you.
he just walked into like Josh's backyard, because Josh has got like this gate, and we all just like walk into his back gate, and then you walk up to his like front door. So we were sat outside, and Josh was like, and he was about 30 seconds before he turned up. He was like, "Oh yeah, I think Kevin's coming around in a minute," and I was like, But I haven't prepped all my questions. I haven't got my notes. So,
I didn't bring no DVDs for him to sign.
what do I say? What do I say to such an important VIP? And he just rocked out, walked into Josh's yard. He's like, "Hey man, how's it going?" And he was like, "I was like, oh, this is happening. Fuck, all right." And he turned up to like sign a bunch of stuff. He signed a bunch of stuff, like a bunch of copies of Wrong Reasons and that. And we just shot the shit. We talked about all sorts of like life. Like 15 minutes, we talked about sort of everything to do with like life and movies, and I chatted to him.
You
about,
got it out of your system.
I did. But he was really sweet, really nice. Like, yeah, he's got time for people, and he's just like, it's one of those moments where you meet someone that you kind of like revere, and you're like, please don't be a dick. And he wasn't, and it was great. And that's an important story, just to piss Neil off.
My next question, Ben, is: so now you've met him, and you seem like a normal person to him. Next time you see him, by the way, my friend has a podcast.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see what we can do
he
about
likes
that,
to do
shall we?
interviews.
Exactly. Just putting it out there in the universe.
Yeah,
What's all these wanky podcasts say? We're manifesting it.
Yes.
manifesting it.
What
I
will we talk
That's
about?
why I said
you know?
wanky.
I'll see what I can do, make no promises.
Yeah, we have to figure out something to talk about, not just be like, "Hey, we love you."
Well, someone would have to
That's-
do their fucking research on that, wouldn't they, Jose? And not be a big embarrassment. Fuck's sake. Anyway, moving on. Episode 94.
Oh,
I mean, so I'm stabbing you in the shoulder, am I? And not directly in the heart. Good.
that's my heart. It's reversed,
Okay.
right?
I don't
Just
worry
move
about
on.
your knowledge of anatomy. Yeah, move on. You would die very badly in Buffy. Episode 94, me and Ben were joined by two guests, with Sarah from Popcorn Chat, and again, Marie making her second appearance. And this time we talked spoilers for Netflix's One Day. And the one thing I can remember from this is, I think we all agreed that Dex was a twat.
Yes.
Yep.
I remember that.
I think
And
I went off on him a bit. Like,
yeah. And I think I even went into the point of like, that actor is like perfect for that role because he seems like a dick. And I was like, and I think everybody else in the pub was like, well, let's not go that far. And I was like, nah, fuck him. Don't care.
See, I thought I was the one who went too far and hated him.
Yeah, but I've seen him in other stuff since, and I'm not entirely sure that I was wrong.
yeah, I was about to say he only plays that role.
I've seen him in lots of stuff, and he's been terrible in lots of it, until I saw a little film called Tuna. Not the fish, like, as in, he plays a piano tuner alongside Dustin Hoffman. And I was like, oh, okay, now, yeah, this guy can act, and he's good. So that's the first thing I've seen him in. And he's been cast in the new Lord of the Rings film, which, again, well, we'll see. We'll see on that one.
He's English, and he's the only person that hasn't been in one of them. So, like, of course he was cast.
That's true. Episode 99 was, again, the first time me, Ben, David, Jose, and Marie were all together. The first 5-person pod. And so, for episode 99, what was the episode subtitled? Vault 99, Fallout Season 1, 5-person chaos. How is that only episode 99? How was Fallout 1 that long ago? Then, of course, episode 100 was split into 2 parts because me, Ben, David, and Jose talked for almost 3 hours and 40 minutes on the greatest film of all time, Back to the Future.
Let's see how long this episode lasts if we repeat ourselves.
Well, we're at 50 minutes already, so good luck.
I know. We're like, what? Not even a quarter through the script?
Shut your face, Jose. Shut your face. Episode 101. Come on, it wasn't in your bag of dicks
See,
yet.
He's gotten used to saying that. He's gotten used to saying that to my
You
face.
know-
No, the problem is, Jose, you've got used to hearing it. Like you've normalized it.
Yeah, I'm like,
This is pure Stockholm syndrome now. Give it back to him.
Episode 101 was another first, as we had our first ever actor interview on a podcast. Because thanks to having Dan on from Extraordinary the year before, thanks to him, I was able to reach out and only get Magnet Girl herself, Olivia Marcus, from an interview, who was an absolute delight. I just listened back and I think I need to reach out for more talent interviews. But also, maybe as important as this was the first episode I referred to Marie as co-host and not a guest anymore. So I listened back. People.
They cancelled the one show we had it in on. We had an editor, we had an actress on there, and they cancelled the one show that we had a thing with.
Where was the
That's
void?
a good
Where did
point.
it take her
We would
to?
have been maybe invited to the season 3 premiere. Like, that's...
We could have been.
Yeah.
We could have press covered it.
yeah.
That's definitely what they call it, David.
Let's not dwell on this because it sounds like we're the kiss of death of that show. So,
We have definitely not got other shows cancelled. Definitely. Episode 104 was our first time having friend of the pod, Stu from the Stu World Order, whose pod I've guested on a couple of times, and me and Marie have also guested on it as a duo, which was also chaos. Stu's format was brilliant because he does comic book movies, and he gives you a number. You pick one number between 1 and 200, and then he gives you a list of 3 films. You then have to pick one of those films to review and say why you want to do that one, and then you say why you don't want to do the other 2 films. And then you pick 2 things you like, 2 things you don't like.
there's too many numbers. I don't like. That's like there's rules. I like our version of anarchy.
There we go, Ben. Now you get it.
We've tried to introduce some structure into it since you've been gone, Ben. Like,
well,
I
I
did
mean,
my
like,
best.
Good luck. But like,
Come on, we have our structure. We have the good, the bad, and the what the fuck. That's our
What are you
structure.
talking about? This feels like exactly the same as like 100 episodes ago when this
Well,
is
not
like
this one, not this episode. This doesn't follow the
not
standard
this one.
format, does
The
it?
other ones are completely different. Oh.
I fucking
yeah.
love this.
Anyway, Stu had a message for us.
Hey there, We Needed Roads fans. This is Stu from SWOProductions.com and the Stu World Order podcast, and I am just here to congratulate the We Needed Roads crew. Love you guys on 200 big episodes. That is absolutely outstanding. You guys have been doing phenomenal work for the last several years, and I am so happy to have you guys in the podcast community just still going on, pumping out episodes and making everything better out there in the world. All right, thank you guys so much. Keep going, and I look forward to your next 300. Let's get up to 500. I'm not even shooting low. I'm not even saying another 100, another 200. Get up to 300 more episodes. We'll talk whenever you get to 500 because that's a big, huge number that you guys definitely deserve. All right. Talk to you guys later, and until next time, take care.
Oh,
Thanks,
that was
Stu.
so nice. I don't know what he said. but that
Jose,
was
you didn't
great.
even watch it. Don't lie to him. Don't lie to him. Don't lie to Stu and our viewers.
Well, he hasn't asked me to be on his pod, so I don't owe it to him. I'm kidding. I
Because
think
you would
he's good.
involve research in you watching a film for a podcast, Jose.
Oh.
I haven't
watch
met
things.
Stu, but he has some very peculiar tastes.
He does. He's very contrary. The only thing we all agreed on was when we did Deadpool and Wolverine together, and we all thought it was amazing. And I think Ben is that's still probably one of your all-time favorite films, is it not?
Oh yeah, fucking that movie is
Me.
the perfection.
When we got to episode 110, it was another accidental landmark because Marie goes, "Here you go. Here's all the video files as well as the audio files from the episode." And I decided, as all 5 of us were on there at the time, I was like, I'm going to edit this. And I've just regret my life ever since. But then episode 113 was our first ever Halloween film quiz spooky special, which would start the trend of us shouting and swearing a lot at whoever the quizmaster was. In the early days, it was David. We literally had a fuck off David counter on the next one because of how many times it was said. And not just by me, Marie quite a few times. Jose would throw it in a fair bit early just to feel like he wasn't missing out.
Yeah.
And
I'm like,
yeah.
hey, include me, please.
And then also, it also stuck the thing of whenever we did a Halloween episode, Marie, the only person who made a proper effort with the costumes as well. First year, my Colin Robinson was passable. Jose, you look like a pimp. And David was Batman. Well, episode 116 was another filmmaker interview, and we had the writer of Host and Dashcam and the director, Jed Shepard. We invited Jed on because he had done this amazing documentary on the Blair Witch Project for the Second Sight DVD release of it. If you're a fan of the Blair Witch Project, you have to see this episode and, of course, Jed's documentary. When I was chatting to him about it, and because you probably haven't heard this, Ben, he literally went to Burkittsville, spoke to everyone involved with it, like all the actors, all the extras. He had all the raw footage and was able to recut his own version of the film for fun. He goes, no one will ever be able to see it, but like I had all the raw footage and I was able to like pick what ending and just like all the different shots and just do my own version. I was like, that's amazing. Episode 118 was our first ever Christmas quiz. You know, a time for peace on earth and goodwill to all men, except for if you're on this podcast answering questions and getting sworn at.
Are we ready to start the We
Yes.
Needed Roads inaugural Christmas quiz?
I really hate Elf, so I've only.
What? What's the matter with you?
David, I don't think you're allowed to mention the word sack after castrating your dog earlier today. But that's not the question, is it? Good God.
I mean, we're thinking if Daniel Googled this, it would be in the UK results.
Who's Daniel?
Bad.
Angels of Filth
That just sounds like a death metal band now, to be fair.
There we go.
or a
actually.
porno.
Oh, God.
That too. Okay.
What are you on about? It's a fucking Christmas show. You just mentioned Nazis and Santa Claus.
My stocking's filled with acid. Am I dreaming? What just happened?
David, I believe, has still not recovered from the abuse. And this was the episode when we instigated the fuck you, David counter for every time he got sworn at.
I think my quizzes are pretty good.
This was the quiz that said, according to Google, and David not realizing that Google is different geographically. So me and Jose were getting completely different answers.
I think there was no issues with that. I think that sounds like a you problem.
Also, this is the when I found out Marie does not like the movie Elf.
Mm-hmm.
Or
That was the
does not
first
watch
of
it.
many black marks against her, Jose. The first
Yeah,
of many.
that really hurt my feelings. I'm like,
I hate
what is
Home
Why?
Alone too.
Oh.
Just Home Alone 2 or Home Alone
Yeah, I'm
1
about to say, do you mean you knew as well, or just the second one?
No.
as well?
Yeah, is it Home Alone 2 or Home Alone 2 as well?
No, that was
No,
rubbish.
he did
You
it
wasted
better.
my time.
Ben did it better.
Yeah. You just tried to repeat
You
the
did
joke
repeat
again, Jose.
Ben.
That was terrible.
You will never be Ben, Jose.
Look away.
So also in 2025, I took on the ridiculous task of deciding we were going to do a weekly spoiler special on Severance Season 2. Just, 15, 20 minutes, quick recap on top of the regular episode once a week. Just a short roundup, nothing major. By the time the fucking season finished, we were doing an hour and a half plus episodes a week, and that just became the standard. We talked so much about the finale, we had to do a second fucking episode on the finale. But we got a like on our tweet from Ben Stiller. So, hey, it was all worth it. I think it was something along the lines of, we should all have defined jazz workplace music dance experiences. I was like, just a little like, just the serotonin. I look forward to and also fucking dread season 3. That's like 2 months of my life where I will just be more podcasts than I'm doing now. So the Severance pods were also the start of us using good thumbnails. Thank you, Marie. And also Spotify. Thanks to Marie. That doesn't make sense. I wrote the wrong thing. We moved to Spotify, basically, so you could see us and hear us. Also, at some point last year, I just stopped numbering episodes. Apparently, it's a thing that people do now because apparently if people look and go, oh, there's like this many 100 episodes of a podcast, they like are overwhelmed and can't deal with it. Apparently, that's a thing. But hey, 10 months ago, another fan of the pod who regularly commented on our show was this guy over here, Luke from the Howdy Beans podcast. I think when you started, it wasn't even a Howdy Beans podcast, was it? You hadn't even had your rebranding at that point.
No, I think it was still the Nerdstalgic podcast before I rebranded.
Oh yeah, I remember that name.
Do you? I don't believe you, Jose. I feel like that's a full
What's
statement.
my last name, Jose?
Let's
Pronounce
move
it.
on. Let's move on.
Luke's first episode, because he was I think you introduced us, Marie, through your shared love of books and book talk and book stuff that I had no idea about. So obviously for that first episode we did adapt this book, which we took some of our favourite books and decided whether they'd work better as a show or a movie. Since then, Luke has vehemently tried to appear on as many episodes as possible, utilising something that Marie told him about called squatters' rights.
Yeah.
In October, we also had another first-time guest, Claire from the W Rated podcast, as she joined me to chat about what she'd seen at the London Film Festival.
Hello, We Needed Roads podcast. Congratulations on 200 episodes. What a whirlwind. You've covered, I think, just about every genre under the sun. You've been nominated for awards. You've had me as your guest. Very grateful to have contributed just a handful of those 200 episodes. Yeah, amazing achievement. Well done. And here's to 200 more.
And most recently, Mr. Jack Gregson from the Can't Say This Sober, Can't Say It Drunk, When Rom Met Com podcast. He joined me to talk all things SNL UK because, as Tina Fey said in the first ever episode, none of you fuckers wanted to do it. Also, he'd been to one of the screenings. He went to the one with Amy Lee Wood and was like, this is amazing. It's so much better live. That is my mission. I must get to season 2 of that show and be there in the audience. And that about brings you up to date on what people have guessed and helped make the pod what it is today.
Woo, we're there.
Yay.
One thing I've noticed about this history is that a lot of people just tend to like drift onto the show but never leave. It's
That's
like
the power
Jose
of
came,
Neil.
he never left. Marie came, she
Stockholm
never left.
syndrome is real.
Ben managed to work his way out. Ben
Yeah,
survived.
he's
Well
the
done,
one that
Ben.
got away.
How
Ben
did
is
you-
Friends
That's
beforehand.
tougher.
I'm here right now, though, aren't I? I mean, I didn't truly.
We
get
need
away.
to learn from him.
Neil said, like, 200. We're doing the 200th episode. Can you send us a little clip? And I was just like, I'm free. I'll be on it. It took no time whatsoever.
This brings us on to the roadies, and these are the awards: cinema and road law.
Roadies is fine, whatever. But like, I just don't think you've bigged this up enough. I think we need a fanfare. I think we need an Oscars-style intro. Ladies and gentlemen, live from the Hollywood Strip, it's the Roadies. Something like that. That'd be great. Let's do that. That'd be fun.
I didn't know Ben could do that voice. That was fucking
I'm
amazing.
quite
That
impressed.
was actually really good.
A man of many talents.
I'm 15 minutes away from the Hollywood Walk of Fame, like where I stay in LA, and it's like
Oh,
like
you're
that
in
everywhere.
California.
Dude, yeah, I'm in California. I also I did Kimmel recently as well, and that's on the walk, like the Walk of Fame. That was cool as fuck. I'll tell you about that afterwards.
Whoa. Okay.
I saw your Instagram story. I was like, why is Ben there?
Yeah. A lot of people said that.
Let's start up with cinema. Let's start big. Pick your favourite film of all time. Ben.
Back to the Future. Like it's obvious. It's simple. It's easy. I'm a child of the 80s. Back to the Future was everything to me.
David. Now I know this.
Scream. It's the film I watched the most. I fucking love that film. It's Wes Craven's masterpiece.
Is it a comfort movie for you? Does it make you feel good when you watch it?
It does, yeah. Genuinely. Like, whenever Drew Barrymore dies, I'm like,
You've got a
oh.
small child.
When it's just-
That's bad.
When Drew Barrymore's like on the phone screaming out for her parents, like, help! Makes me feel good inside.
I'm not gonna lie. His name wouldn't happen to be Steve, would it? Is still fucking up there. It's one of the fucking best parts of any opening of any movie.
Jose.
I have to say that due to pop culture and movies being played repeatedly on TV.
Are you taking your shirt off and it's going to be a Superman
Yes.
shirt?
This is so you can't edit out this process. But Shawshank Redemption was something that was put on TV many times throughout the years. But it's also just a movie
Please
that
stop taking clothes
really
off,
should have
Jose.
gotten more recognition. And there's nothing better than Morgan Freeman narrating a movie. Thank you very
It's true,
much.
that man can narrate anything.
And we can't get sued because they're out of business.
I'm confused as to the relevance of why you took your shirt off to say Shawshank Redemption.
I don't know. I wanted to
Why
bring
you
attention to
linked
the
it
shirt.
Blockbuster. And please tell me there's no other like nothing else like going on. You're gonna.
That's it. I just didn't want Neil to edit out me taking off the shirt, so I figured it'd be during me telling you my favorite movie of all time. And this is good memories in the States. This is we
I
grew
just
up.
assumed you worked there.
That's
my
the phone
assumption.
calls I was taking, and I wanted a little chaos.
Hmm.
I gotta earn my name.
Fucking did there, didn't you? Torpedoed it. Marie, I have no idea. Favorite film of all time.
I mean, this is very difficult because, like, I have a top 3, but the one that's been consistent nearly through my entire life, which is, almost half yours, Neil.
Wow.
You old.
Yeah, but you go to bed before me, David.
And that's Spirited Away. That movie has just followed me from childhood, teenage years to adulthood.
Like
Yeah.
a bathhouse spirit. Luke.
I talk about this film all the time. It's Amelie. It's one of the best movies I've ever seen in my life. Very much like Marie, this film's followed me around for most of my life. And then I finally watched it a couple of years ago at a very low point in my life. And it just turned my world upside down. It's a beautiful movie. And it is quite simply perfect, in my opinion. Like I could talk for hours for it, but I won't. We've already gone too long. But it is one of the best movies I've ever seen in my life.
Made by Jean-Pierre Jeunet.
Jeunet, yes. He
Jeunet.
said, actually, a bit of trivia for anybody. He did want to make a sequel, but in his words, and I quote, Paris is dirty now, so it's not worth doing.
Wow.
Generally, he said he wouldn't do a second one because of, yeah. So that wasn't me, that was him who said that.
Okay, Jean-Pierre not allowed to go to Paris anymore.
No.
Moving on. Oh, and I should probably mention of course, it's Back to the Future. That's why the podcast's named after it. I mean, come on, obvious. Greatest film of all time, yes.
The podcast is loosely named after Back to the Future because didn't you go through about 1 million different names of like quoting Back to the Future and found they were all taken? So then you had to take a quote, switch it around. So now nobody really who's looking at like movie and TV podcast knows what this is about. It's like We Needed Roads. Oh, this is about the Roman Empire. We Needed Roads. Oh, this is about Milton Keynes. We Needed Roads. This is about the M25. Like, what is it about TV and movies? Oh, obviously, we needed.
Remember when we had that like AI generated like shout out, and it said like road trip? We got nominated for like the best podcast of the week, and the description was clearly AI generated because it said movies that you watch on road trips or something like that. It was not relevant at all, and it was clear that they've never heard a single episode of the pod.
Speaking of action, this brings us on to best action film. Your favourite action film, Ben?
Oh, this is. I just need to put a caveat to every single one of these answers that we're given right now. Fuck you, because it's impossible to pick just one. I've just done it to play along.
Yes.
And like, as Marie said, I've got like a top 3 of pretty much everything, a top 5, whatever. It's like having like 10 kids and being like, well, which one's your fucking favourite? Like, we can't do that. That's not fair. But in the spirit of just getting through this and not being a dick about it, I'm going with Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah. It's just up there with action set pieces. It just works for me. It's just a fucking brilliant. They drive a tank off a cliff, and you can clearly see it's a model. Like the bit where he's chasing the tank on the horses, like action everywhere. The motorcycle chase.
Sean Connery.
Excellent. I just remember my Chalamet. Like it was fucking brilliant. Like it's a brilliant action movie, and it gets a little bit overlooked because the other 2 Indiana Jones movies are like classics. Yeah.
You chose wisely.
Oh.
Nice.
Jose, favorite action film?
So again, I have to agree with Ben. This is really tough because I grew up in an era. The lore of this movie really takes me back to when I was a child.
Stop doing Rosemary from Widow's Bay. Don't be a dick. This isn't an overhead projector. Fucking.
Let me at least put a little bit of story to this. This movie is the definition of a generation because in the 90s, every movie was compared to this one, and it was Terminator 2 because James Cameron is, spoiler alert, one of my favorite all-time directors. Terminator 2 is like the gold standard, still holds up, even with graphics that, were cutting edge at the time, but like now it's a lot better. But
still better than
Terminator
The Flash.
2, bar none.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, hell yeah. Yeah.
Still better than 90% of films, let's be honest.
I was watching, weirdly, on tour, we set up a projector on the side of one of the tour buses. We're outside a venue, like a casino. We put Terminator 2 on this fucking, it's in the middle of the desert. It's beautiful weather and it was getting dark. Put Terminator 2 on, side of the bus. The bit, we're all stood there, sat there watching, drinking beers and whatever. The bit where Schwarzenegger grabs Furlong and like he's like, get the fuck off me, man! Oh my god, somebody fucking help me! 2 cops ran around the side of the fucking bus with their hands on their guns, thinking the kid was getting abducted. And we nearly got shot.
America.
So
America.
it's not only a good action movie; it's good for action in real life.
There we go. Yeah.
It almost got Ben shot. Amazing.
There
As
we go.
Cameron intended.
Yes.
As Cameron intended.
Marie, favorite action film? Again, no idea.
Mad Max Fury Road.
Great choice.
This is one of the movies I genuinely regret not seeing in cinemas. I love everything about this movie, and like I shouldn't love it because it's just cars and I don't even drive. But it has like a dude strapped to a car while playing electric guitar that's slightly penis shaped and it's shooting fire. It's just awesome. It's an awesome movie. It's like the definition of a fuck yeah action movie.
What did you think of Furiosa? I loved it.
Absolutely hated it. It was the most. It was so terrible.
I like
it was.
that film.
Oh God, no.
David.
I've gone with The Mummy.
Ooh.
Because I think like The Mummy for me, because it came out in 99, is kind of like what The Raiders would be like for you, or what like The Last Crusaders for Ben. Like Brendan Fraser is just like super handsome, charismatic, screen presence, and it's got Rachel Weisz in it.
Mm-hmm.
And she's nice to look at.
She is.
Wow. Brendan Fraser gets all the accolades, and the woman just gets to be eye candy.
Well, no, she's amazing as well.
How sexist of you, David.
Like, just bring it down to the lowest common denominator there. Fucking Marie, you're gonna have to help her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, all I can add that movie was many people's bi-awakening.
And
Like,
turns out David as well.
Oh, interesting.
Hey, I was like 10 when it came out, okay? And when I was 10, I liked the lady that was in it, okay? He didn't understand. 10-year-old David didn't understand that she was also like this amazing actress. He just sees a beautiful lady.
Nice recovery. Just about pulled that one back.
Thank you.
Luke.
It's Die Hard, because of course it is. One of the best action movies ever made. It's from start to finish brilliant. It's Bruce Willis at his best. Again, at the time, nobody thought he could do it because he was a comedic actor. So he comes an action role, absolutely floors it, then goes off to do like Hudson Hawk and all these other brilliant movies.
That's
and it's underrated, to tell you the truth. And it's just funny, and it's like, again, Alan Rickman as the villain. No one knew who he was. The guy, it was his first time being on camera, and kills it, and has been he was, because he sadly passed away, but he was one of the best villains and actors ever. So it has to be Die Hard.
Well, this is good for me because I couldn't decide. I had Terminator 2 down. I also had Die Hard down. So as you guys have picked them, I'm going to say Raiders of the Lost Ark. Because, I mean, who doesn't like Nazis getting punched in the face and
Nazis don't like that.
gruesome stop motion?
No.
Well, fuck Nazis. That's exactly what they deserve. And their faces to melt.
You've also, Neil, I noticed on the notes here that you've got Speed down there, which is...
I did have Speed down as well.
Banger. Like, that is, as an outlier, that is fucking excellent. Well, such a good... Like, that to me, like, catapulted Keanu Reeves into a different level of stardom. And like Die Hard, he'd only really done sort of comedic stuff or the Bill and Ted stuff and that. And like that to me was like, oh man, this guy's fucking cool. This is really great.
He had done with
Point
Patrick
Break?
Swayze, Point Break.
Oh, Point Break, yeah, another fucking great action movie. But you see the parallel I'm trying to draw there is
Yes, sir.
It was on that trajectory of
really solidified him.
Yeah, of Keanu Reeves becoming.
It launched him up to that next level, didn't it?
And you could say that almost led him to get Matrix.
Yeah, didn't they offer that to Will Smith first? And he turned it down,
Yes,
dumbass.
Yeah.
And did Wild Wild West instead.
He made a lot of bad
dumbass.
choices in his career.
He's made a lot of bad choices.
He stumbled upwards really, really well.
Right, that brings us on to favourite comedy, which we've never done on the podcast. No one knows. It's a mystery.
We've never done comedy on the podcast.
Ben.
That's true.
That's true.
You're right.
David will vouch for that.
Favorite comedy? I'm torn. This is very, very difficult for me. I've got.
I will allow you two.
Oh, thank you, benevolent overlord. I was going to say two anyway. So the 80s kid in me, Ghostbusters, like that is
Yes.
Like I went
It's
through.
true.
The
This
usual,
man has no dick.
It's true. This man has no dick. I went through the usual the Naked Guns of it all, and all the other stuff as a kid. But like those movies don't necessarily hold up very well now because of the rampant casual racism in them. I went to watch one of them recently, and I was like, ooh, that's tough. But Ghostbusters holds up, man. It's an action comedy, and I obviously I loved it as a kid. I still love it now, and I can watch it over and over again. But if it comes to out and out comedy movies, Hot Fuzz is in there.
Yes, man!
Hot Fuzz is my one.
Yeah, I can see on the notes, mate. Like the Hot Fuzz is like I remember like walking out of the cinema like with painful like in stomach pains because I laughed so much in that movie. Like after the success of Shaun of the Dead, which was fucking tremendous, Hot Fuzz just took it up a notch, and like it really leans on the comedy tropes that I really
Greater
enjoy.
good.
Like I mean, the greater good. Yeah.
No, look, catching them swans then.
It's just the one killer, actually.
Just the one killer, actually. Yeah, I can't tell you like how much I love that movie, and I still watch it now. So yeah, those are my two.
Luke, what is yours?
Wedding Crashers. It's a guilty pleasure for me to tell you the truth because Vince Vaughn and that guy.
Wow.
You motorboat son of a bitch.
Them two together are just brilliant. And I don't know how they've not done more films. I know they have.
They did loads. I think they did enough together, Luke, to be fair.
I know, but they weren't as good as what they did here. Like the internship and that, like not really memorable. Wedding Crashers is just pure comedy. It's just pure funny. You have the contrast between the fact of they start the movie and they, how can I explain it? It's just very clever how in terms of the Wedding Crashers became a thing that people did after watching this movie.
Like David,
basically. And I love it.
We all know that's something Jose would be doing.
I work weddings.
I know. After you've done, you do the snappy snap, and then you do your thing.
I join them. Yeah,
it just sticks around for the game.
Everything gets blurry at the end. No reason.
And that's the title of your sex tape.
Hey,
David, you've already said it, but
it's Hot Fuzz, man.
I know you've already said
Hot Fuzz, and Ben's beautifully described the reasonings why Hot Fuzz is amazing. It could have been either of the two, like of the first two in the Cornetto trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Hot Fuzz is the one that me and my friends will just go get pissed and then just randomly start quoting.
Marie, your favourite comedy?
I went with a classic, Legally Blonde.
Nice.
It's fun. I've seen it a bunch of times. It's just a fun little movie. Nothing too deep about it.
Do you know what? I've never seen it, but they re-released it in the cinema.
Well.
I've never seen it.
You've never seen Legally Blonde? What the fuck is going on here?
Wow.
That should have been in that
most
quiz.
aggressive I've seen.
I'm barely saying anything. I'm barely saying
Nah,
anything about it because I'm like, there's no point in explaining Legally Blonde. It's Legally Blonde.
Everybody knows it.
What, like it's hard?
No, I get that reference, Jose, only because they've re-released it in the cinemas recently in the UK, and they played the trailer for it before someone else saw the other week. And I was like, oh my God, the trailer killed. It did really well. Like, people were laughing. I was like, oh, yeah. Probably at some point I'll probably catch it.
It's a pretty good movie.
Jose, your favourite comedy?
You know, it's crazy. When I had to think about this, I realized I had to choose in terms of like, what movie have I seen more times than any other film? Because that really is how I can tell if I love a movie or not. And without a doubt, the GOAT in my book is Groundhog Day. Bill Murray at his best with a great supporting cast and just hitting it on, like, it was just great. It's so funny. You can rewatch it and just love it. And again, kind of like Shawshank Redemption, you just put it on and just enjoy the whole film start to finish.
But you didn't remove any more clothes were telling us about it, so for that we thank you.
No. That was the only time.
Only fans. One little bit of trivia for one of your favourite comedy of all time, Jose. That is Michael Shannon's first ever film.
Really?
He plays the guy who's very excited near the end, who gets given WrestleMania tickets. He's like, WrestleMania!
Oh, yeah. Him and his girlfriend, yeah. I didn't realize that was his first film.
My favourite film, and again, I couldn't decide. I was stuck between two. One is the most, like you guys have all said, something that you endlessly quote with your friends. And Ben, you must remember, a gun rack. But I don't even own a gun, let alone many guns to necessitate a whole rack. But Wayne's World, man, oh my God, it's just so quotable.
You know, as someone who grew up in a suburb, we used to say "Game on" a lot, you know, because we played in the street. Game on, yeah.
I've never seen Wayne Worlds.
Wayne Worlds.
I couldn't even pronounce it properly. That's how much I care.
These movies are ones that like are near and dear to all of us. So for someone to have not seen it is like it feels so foreign because we've all watched these particular movies, like, and know them inside out, and then near and dear, like I said. But like it really does. I really enjoy this part of this because it's like it reminds me that not everybody is the same, and the reason that like art is what it is because everybody has their own perspective. So like it's important that we haven't seen some of these movies, and maybe I'll go and watch some of these movies. I've seen pretty much all of them right now, but maybe I'm going to discover something in this list. So
Airplane's my other one because, again, it's one of the greatest comedies of all time. The ratio of gags per minute, the background gags, just every time there's so many gags in it.
Gags.
What are you doing, Jose?
Nothing.
He's gagging.
He was, yeah.
Oh.
Sorry.
God damn it, Jose. Right, moving on to a next one, which is one of David's and Marie's most hated favourite horror. And, well, looking at the notes, this is just you fucking unanimous.
Yeah.
Ooh, but just only close. Except for Luke. Luke's weird. Luke's picked a weird one that no one knows about. So let's start with you, Luke.
So I chose The Stuff from 1985. It is a cheesy, really, really B movie from the 80s. Basically, long story short, there's a substance called the stuff, and that once you eat the stuff, you want nothing but the stuff. And it's kind of like the Blob.
McDonald's?
Yeah, basically. It's kind of like the Blob. So that once you've eaten it kind of takes over your body. So then you try to make other people to eat the stuff. And it's kind of like that sort of movie, kind of like zombies, but they've got like slime inside of them. And the practical effects are amazing. And it's so cheesy. The lines, it's even got a song. Enough is never enough. Enough is never enough of the stuff. Like the production value for this cheesy B movie is incredible for what it is. And I love it. Honestly, more people need to watch the stuff. It's fantastic. One of the best horror movies ever.
I have to jump in. I remember this movie. I watched this on TV, and it made me want to eat yogurt so bad.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, because it's sold as like a yogurt product.
Yeah, like a yogurt,
but as a kid, I'd never eaten yogurt because it was I was really young when I saw it. But I was like, what is this? This sounds so good. And then I realized it was a horror movie, and then I'm like, never mind.
It's really strange because like again, I'm not going to go into it, but they're in a
Doesn't
quarry.
it start like in Antarctica where someone like they're drilling?
Yeah, they found
and
a white
like
stuff,
just...
and he goes, oh, what else do you do? I'm going to pick it up and eat it. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Isn't
that crazy?
It's like, do we not learn from growing up as children not to eat things off the ground? You just, oh, look, white stuff. That's nice.
Yeah,
so
and then,
it's
and that
so
one
strange.
guy is the fault for the world being taken over.
Basically, yeah. But yeah.
Well, Ben, you now have your film that you've never heard of that you need to watch.
The Stuff.
I think you'll like it,
Stuff.
honestly.
I'll give it a go.
It's funny.
I've got lots of airplane rides coming up. I'll give it a watch.
Marie, for someone who doesn't like horror, tell us your favourite horror.
Yeah, so for me, like, obviously, as you said, I don't like horror, so something has to, like, transcend genres for me. And this is like, I count this among one of my, like, top favorite movies of all time. And that's the thing. Like, it's also one of the few DVDs I actually own because my flatmate gave me the special edition that looks like a VHS tape.
Oh my God, what?
And for a Christmas present, she was awesome. And yeah, it's just like I mean, I'm not the only one that has this on their list, so I think that like proves it. Like, this is just not just a good horror movie, it's just such a good movie. Like, the soundtrack, the atmosphere, like, it's not too long, it doesn't outlive its welcome. I love the ambiguous ending. Like you can treat it as a happy ending, you can treat it as a depressed ending. I treat it as a depressed ending. They clearly both died, so it's
I think you lived.
This is the podcast, Ben, really. Marie, wallowing in darkness. Luke, positive and light.
No, I don't. I think you lived. That's my theory.
And they all lived happily ever after, but in Antarctica, where they died of the cold. So that appeals to both of you. David, well, we already know this, don't we?
Yeah, it's a pretty obvious answer. It's my favourite film. It's going to be my favourite horror film, which is Scream.
That's your favourite scary movie. I didn't do the voice. I almost did, but I didn't. Moving on. Ben, what is yours?
Once again, me and David are aligned on this. Scream is my favourite scary, like, horror movie. It's just fucking, it's brilliant. I remember, I tell you what's weird is I only put Scream 2 because I watched Scream 2 before I watched Scream 1. And don't fucking, don't jump all over me for this one, but the soundtrack is fucking excellent of Scream 2.
Like the soundtrack.
Yeah, it's like, I don't want to be that guy. This is why I'm going with
Everclear.
Scream 1. But like, yeah, Everclear are on it. And like, it's the part where Sarah Michelle Gellar gets killed, spoiler alert. And they break out this Everclear song called The Swing, and it's just fucking excellent. It's perfectly timed. It's really, really well done. But And I watched Scream after I watched Scream 2. I don't know why I watched it in that order, but I did. And I was just like, I don't know, man. I think I might prefer Scream 2. But the more I've watched them more I've watched them over the years, like Scream 1 is clearly like far and away a better movie. So I have to put Scream down as the first, as my favourite.
So what you're telling me is if Scream 1 had the swing in it, it would have been easily.
Yeah. It did any Everclear song really, it would have been fine.
And Jose, your favourite horror film?
I have to chime in with Marie. I'm not usually a horror fan, but this movie is so well done. The Thing.
Would you say there's some thing about it?
The Thing is so well written. I love the characters. That's really what it comes down to. But honestly, of someone who doesn't really like horror, the practical effects is just mind blowing. The fact that pretty much holds up. You know, obviously they're still fake, but it's still fun when you're watching the movie.
I mean, yeah, come on, it's The Thing, man. Like, what else could it be? Yeah, free for The Thing. I mean, come on, Kurt Russell, Keith David, the practical effects, everything, the music, Carpenter. It's the greatest horror film of all time. That's it. Moving on, and this brings us to favorite sci-fi film, and this is like fucking trying to, like you said, Ben, trying to pick your favorite child, and like if the others don't get drowned in a vat of acid, then it's your fault.
Do you drown in a vat of acid, or do you get melted? I mean, that's you've opened up a whole fucking can of worms.
It depends whether you're alive or not when you go into the vat of acid, I suppose.
Oh, okay, right, okay. It sounds
David, you can start.
Yeah. Well, I've gone with Back to the Future, which I can see on your guys' list isn't your favorite science fiction film.
Well, no, but it was my favorite film of all time.
So I'm questioning whether it's even a science fiction film at this point.
No, it's 100%.
Yeah,
it's like time
Back
travel.
to the Future.
Literally science fiction.
On the planet Vulcan.
We named the podcast after it, so that'll be good.
I am Lord Vader.
Luke, your favourite sci-fi film?
This is really difficult because I pretty much love everything sci-fi, but I had to go because this is the same thing. I think whenever I've chosen on this list, everybody else put it. I wanted it to be different, so I've gone with The Martian because I read the book first, and I feel like, and to be honest, it's the same with Project Hail Mary. To tell you the truth, what they were able to do with those two premises, those two stories, and translate from book to film was brilliant. The reason I didn't put Project Hail Mary is when I wrote that, I hadn't watched that yet. Otherwise, I would have put that because that's a flawless film. Loved it. But yeah, The Martian. It's just I love. I was going to say Ben Affleck. It's not Ben Affleck.
It's the other one.
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon, the other one.
I'm Matt Damon.
Matt Damon. The way Matt Damon just plays it, where he's got the charisma, and you can believe that. Yeah, if Matt Damon was stuck on Mars, he could grow potatoes out of shit. I believe it. He's just got a way of just being so convincing. It's brilliant science fiction as well. It's kind of somewhat real sci-fi, realistic in some sort of a way. But I just love it because how close it is to the book. That's why I love it the most, because they were just able to do a perfect translation.
Marie, favorite sci-fi?
I could have put The Thing again but because for the sake of diversity, I decided to put down what I think is one of a very underrated movie, and that is Ex Machina.
Yes.
I love that movie so much, and I feel like it's been forgotten about. And it's just, again, depressing ending, but it's just, the cast is so good. Oscar Isaac, Ginger Gleason, Donald Gleason, Elisa Cara, Swedish name.
Vikander.
And yeah, it's a small film, it's encapsulated. It takes place practically in just one house with 3 characters, but it's so good. And it's one of the movies that, when I heard the premise, I actively seeked out to watch, because I was just like, oh, this is something interesting. And I had to wait until my parents were out of town and I had the TV to myself and I could finally rent it.
That ending as well.
I've got pause with this because I think within the next 15 years that's not going to be a science fiction movie anymore.
No.
You might be true. I've been reading some disturbing headlines recently, yeah.
I think that's why it's been forgotten, is because people are choosing to forget it because it reflects what's going on now, so it feels a bit too close to home.
And that's the scariest sci-fi of all.
Yes.
Jose, favorite sci-fi film?
So yeah, I wanted to switch things up again because I don't want it to repeat myself because I really do love some of the same films in different categories. But for me, Predator is one of those that it has one of the most iconic aliens out there. The story is very simple, like but just so well executed. And you look back at some of the scenes, and yeah, it's like such a great execution of a film that should be not as good as you think it would be. So Arnold Schwarzenegger, the guy in the suit, and Carl Weathers. Like
You son of a
everyone's
bitch.
deaths are so good, honestly. Yeah, you son of a bitch. Honestly, there's so many great moments, and I feel like for the most part it holds up still. Like maybe the first
absolutely.
half is still a little cheesy 80s, but it doesn't. Yeah, it's very cheesy.
Come on,
That's
give
all.
me a command.
Doesn't matter, Jose. It's
I
brilliant.
ain't got time to bleed. Yeah,
Ain't got time to bleed.
Exactly. And the end credits with them all just really happily smiling.
Oh
Just
yeah,
fucking
that is
hilarious.
very jarring. Is like
You're
oh,
all
the ending-
dead.
Yeah.
Ben.
Again, like this is ridiculously difficult. Like science fiction is like my stock in trade. Like I loved Project Hail Mary. Like you wouldn't believe. It's like that's the antithesis of a perfect movie right there. It's so well done. And then like through the years, there's been a bajillion, like literally a bajillion sci-fi movies that I've loved and filed away and not come back to. Like Spaceballs, for instance. We're about to get a sequel to that, and I brought that recently, and I was like, that should be on my comedy list. But it wasn't. Like, I don't know why I haven't been able to add these things. But if it comes down to it, the thing that the thing that got me into sci-fi in the first place was the Star Wars trilogy. But my favorite of the Star Wars trilogy is Empire Strikes Back, and it mainly because it's like it was the first film I saw where the good guys didn't win at the end, and everything's a little bit bleak. It's like it unsettled me in a really, really good way. And for that reason, I have a slash in my notes here that says Infinity War, because that Avengers movie is the Empire Strikes Back of the universe, that world. So I have
That
a lot
generation.
of love for I have a lot of love for both of those because I see the parallels.
I definitely have Empire. Empire was one of my considerations as well, man, because you got to have Star Wars. Like if you're a kid growing up in the 80s, Star Wars was it got you into it.
It's the gold standard.
But as you've already mentioned it, yeah, I'm going to pick another 80s classic sci-fi, RoboCop.
Nice.
Oh, I love RoboCop.
Dead or Alive.
Not just because, again, endlessly quotable, so prophetic of what America was and was becoming as well. You look at it now and you're like, oh, this isn't satire. This is just what America is. Like you look at some of the stuff from the 80s and Paul Verhoeven, the crazy Dutch bastard, he was just ripping the piss. I think he was ripping the piss at such a high level throughout most of his career. People just didn't get it. Like he did the same with Starship Troopers. You're like, oh no, this film's about that. And people no, it's not. It's about giant space bugs. Sure it is, guy. RoboCop was exactly the same. Yeah, everyone did. Quick aside, RoboCop, also pride of place, and Ben might remember this. We went on a holiday to Leeds with our friend Phil in our early 20s. It was not a great holiday. We were in these wood cabins in the middle of nowhere. Only one of us could drive, so we were basically stuck there, and there was literally nothing to do except for drink and watch TV. RoboCop was on TV one night, so we devised a RoboCop drinking game. It was basically anytime they said the words Murphy, you drink. How we finished the film, I don't know. Murphy, is it Murphy? Why won't you talk to me? Murphy.
Wow.
There's a scene where they just go, fuck you, Murphy, when they're shooting him at the fucking beginning. And I was like, I needed liver failure in the first 20 minutes. It was fucking insane.
Oh my God.
But the funniest thing is we were making so much noise in our cabin that our friend in the other cabin came over to complain about the noise we were making. It had been raining quite heavily. He's going to love me for telling this story, but it's all right. He doesn't listen to the podcast. It's fine. And we see him outside walking up to the path, and we're like, oh, here he comes. Oh dear. And then we don't hear anything. And we hear this thud. We're like, huh? He'd slipped in the mud and gone down face first in the mud. And we walked outside. I was like, mate, do you need a hand? And he's like, literally like a Wookiee. And then he just stormed off back to his cabin. And we're like, of course, we were drunk. It was the funniest thing ever. Then we went backside, and I think we went on to a Bollywood film after that because that was what was on TV at the time. Not a great holiday, but that's my abiding great memory.
God.
And that's why RoboCop is still one of my great films. Also, if I had time to espouse on it, I would have said Donnie Darko as well, because that's just a fucking one and done classic. But yeah, moving on.
I'd buy that for $1.
And that brings us on to our favourite fantasy film. David.
I have gone for The Lord of the Rings on here.
One in particular or all three?
So, I'm going to go, because I've seen the list as well, but I'm going to go for The Fellowship of the Ring here, because I think, because it creates the bedrock that the other two thrive off. So it establishes... So the film's just insanely well cast, right? From the whole Fellowship is the Hobbits, the charisma they all have, Merry and Pippin, Frodo and Sam's relationship, Aragorn, the whole gang, Gandalf.
And it's the least shit Orlando Bloom's ever been in his career.
And it's like the first thing he did. Yeah, so from the music to that just sets you in, like properly like embeds you in this fantasy world. And like I said, I just think I feel like it creates the foundation that the other two thrive off.
Luke.
I'm just going to say, I think the obvious answer is Lord of the Rings. Like I've got multiple versions of that movie, and I've got it in 4K extended version, right? So the obvious answer that I would like to say is Lord of the Rings. But because I like to be different, my choice for my second favourite fantasy film is the first Chronicles of Narnia movie, and Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe. The reason being is the fact of, I remember watching that for the first time when I was very young, and I'd already watched Lord of the Rings. It's the moment where the little girl first goes into Narnia through the wardrobe and she sees the lamppost and she sees all the snow in Narnia. For me, that was just like one of those moments where I was like, I was just transported to another world of like, oh my God, there's a world inside my wardrobe, which led to me trying to jump inside my wardrobe and pretending I was in adventures. But that's just the autism. Anyway, we going on adventures and seeing Aslan and then seeing the White Witch and seeing Narnia and just being like, oh my God. And yeah, like that, like even now I watch it every year at Christmas. Me and my mum, we watch all three films, and the first one's always been the best one. And even the second one is really, really good as well, Prince Caspian. The drama and the action in that is, especially the fighting, is Lord of the Rings level. And I think they even shot it in New Zealand as well, so a lot of the same locations. So yeah, obviously the answer is Lord of the Rings, but I want to be different, so I'll say Chronicles of Narnia, Lion, Witch of the Wardrobe.
Marie.
I sense a bit of aminosity in your tone there, Neil.
Absolutely none.
Because I went with one of the best made movies of all time, which is one where you think, this is a perfect film. It is flawless. There's nothing wrong with it. And it's and I rewatched it last night, and all those statements stand. And that is K-pop Demon Hunters. It is a classic.
Would you say it's contender for movie of the year for the year that it came out?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
It is the movie of the year, and it still is the movie of the year. No, but it's just so fun. Like, I have seen this now so many times, and I still notice like tiny little details. Also realized last night that I've been singing one of the lyrics wrong for like over a year now, so that was a bit embarrassing. But other than that, yeah, it's just so fun. And also like for a movie that's meant for a young audience, it cuts deep and it gets dark. Like, so many people die in that movie. Like, it's and it's not like the children's thing where they come back. No, they die. Like, I think it's more for the adults than the kids, and it's a classic.
Ben.
I'm just reveling from Marie's words there, because I haven't actually seen K-pop Demon Hunters, and I'm like, I'm torn as to like whether I want to watch it. Like, I want it to be like Buffy the Vampire Slayer, but I don't know that it will. But that's huge. Like, is it? So Marie, what's your favorite like element of it? Like, what's the thing that keeps you coming back?
It's basically Marie.
I mean, it is. It's a definition of me in a movie. Other than the fact that like the banging soundtrack, like the soundtrack is so good. Like, I don't even listen to K-pop or pop music in general, but it's just so good, and like every song they just go all out. Then the animation is just fantastic. It's the same people who did the Spider-Verse animation, so like it's there. And just the dialogue as well, like some of these lines. And then yeah, as I said, it just gets deep. And also, Ben, I would be very interested in what you think about it, because there is a manager character in this
Yes, yes.
in the movie, and bless him, he has no idea what's going on. Like he is so nice and sweet, but like the band like releases new songs and like changes the set without telling him, and I'm just like thinking, oh god, that poor manager. He's like this close to like having a heart attack.
Yeah, sounds like I need to watch
So
it.
anyway, Ben, your film.
All right, so this is really interesting because I put down originally Lord of the Rings, but Two Towers because I love the fight at Helm's Deep and all of that good stuff. But like Luke said, like it's really easy to put Lord of the Rings, and it is the obvious answer. So I'm actually going to change tack. And my official answer is a movie I watched last night, part of a franchise that I've become really enamored with, which is The Last Airbender. I watched the The Last Airbender movie yesterday, and it's been kind of like slammed. No one fucking really likes it. Like it's
You're talking about the new animation movie, right?
the new
Not
animation
the very shitty M.
movie
Night
that
Shyamalan.
was. That's it. Yeah. It's fucking brilliant. Basically, for me, like the Last Airbender is the classic. Like it's the Iliad. It's like it's Star Wars. It's like, oh, there's like one guy left and he's got this special power, but like other people have powers as well. But it's just something about that movie that like that they get it. They get what they're referencing. They get like the whole like the fantastic world in which they live in it's just so well crafted and well rounded. And like the lead character is just a guy that's full of flaws. He's like starts as a kid, and like in this movie he's in his like 20s, I guess. But like I don't want to say too much about it in case people are going to go and watch it. But like I just really fucking loved it. Like I really loved it, and I was like, I did watch it last night, so it's still quite fresh. But like I am happy to put that there instead of Lord of the Rings, because Lord of the Rings is getting all the love in the world right now.
It definitely is, because my pick is Lord of the Rings. But I kind of bookend what David says. I went with Return of the King because in January this year, my local, it re-showed all the extended editions in the cinema on consecutive. Wow. You could either watch them all on one night, back to back, which was insanity, because that's like literally...
that's a full day.
Yeah.
That's 12 hours. 12 hours, basically. Yeah. Or you could watch them on consecutive Wednesdays at a more reasonable time, starting at 6 o'clock. And I was like, I'm going to do those. And yeah, so David says, the first one sets it up. The second one for the epic action. But then the third one for finishing the story and finishing it perfectly. So, yeah, again, you could have picked any one of these three films as like the best fantasy. But as the overall combined, absolutely amazing. And Jose, we almost skipped you. I almost forgot. I almost moved on.
No.
I know.
I'm glad you left me for last. So,
as you wish.
I honestly was very swayed because I was looking at your choices and I'm like, yeah, these are also really solid. But then I'm glad I kind of looked at what other films there were for fantasy, and I realized the treasure trove that the 80s gave us. Like, think about it. Labyrinth.
No.
Dark Crystal. Kroll is, oh man, I am really surprised you mentioned Kroll, because that is a personal favorite. Not many people know. But like Conan the Barbarian, Neverending Story, Flash
Legend.
Gordon, like Time Bandits. And it's like, these are all such great fantasy movies. And it was so hard to pick, but then I realized that my favorite really did stand out, and that's The Princess Bride. Carrie Hughes.
Yeah, I can never pronounce his name either.
Carrie Hughes. But like Robin Wright, Mandy Patinkin with one of my favorite quotes of all time. Like seriously, like my name is crap.
My name is crap.
You're gonna get wrong.
My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die. And with such passion at the end of the movie, Rob Reiner could do no wrong with this film. And like Andre the Giant, like in his only role, like it's so many things came together to make such a great film. I'm glad that I reminded myself that The Princess Bride exists, because it is such a lovely film based on a book that's also wonderful. So I put it as my favorite fantasy of all time.
One little bit of trivia, and I think we mentioned this when Muriel knows, when we did our Bear season 5 spoiler the other week, Rob Reiner was in season 4, and of course, before unfortunately what happened.
Yeah.
He was going to be in season 5, so they do a phone call that's supposed to be from his character, and literally the last line Ibrahim says to him in the show is "As you wish."
Nice.
When they're talking about
That's
the business
awesome.
deal they were doing, and I was like, "Oh, that's just beautiful." I also got to see Stand By Me in the cinema recently again as well. I was like, "Oh, just superb."
Andre the Giant in that movie behind the scenes, he really worried the cast and crew because of his drinking and his diet, his drinking and his drinking. But there was one day where he did a 15-minute long fart, and the director had to say, "Are you all right?" And he was like, "I am now," and then he moved on. So there you go.
How is that even possible?
He was a
He was
large
a big
man.
man.
was
He was a
enormous.
big
Low
man.
wind.
Right, guys, moving on to a favourite animated film. Ben, I'm going to start with you because you didn't write one down.
I did. I wrote it down and then I pulled it out this morning because I was like, I'm going to put Aang in
Beg your
there.
pardon?
But you had. This is still really hard. Like, I'm going to go with Incredibles.
Shall I come back to you?
No, I'm going with Incredibles. That's it. Incredibles is just brilliant. It's such a fun movie. Like Toy Story is great and all those other Pixar stuff are fantastic, but Incredibles just sets up a really good universe. It stays within that universe really, really well, and it takes you for a really, really fun ride. And I just think it's just the tip of the Pixar movie spectrum for me.
David, Mr. Disney.
Gone with Beauty and the Beast.
Good choice.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this film came out when I was born, so it's kind of always been in my life, and I just the songs in it, I could just easily sing it. I won't ruin anyone's day by singing it.
Copyright laws.
A bit
David,
now, but
copyright.
I love all the music. I love all the songs. It's just one of those films I can throw on and just makes me feel warm and cuddly inside, and all
Nice.
Disney. It makes me feel all Disney. It makes me feel all Disney warm and not corporate greedy warm.
And Luke.
Mine is The Iron Giant. The movie makes me cry every time I watch it. I'm 28 now, so I'm the one of the youngest next to Marie. And every year, my birthday, I'll watch The Iron Giant because it just makes me feel young again. It came out not long after I was born. I think it was the same year. And yeah, it's just one of the best stories, one of the best ideas, concepts of what if a gun had emotions, would it want to be a gun? And Brad Bird just killed it. And again, he made The Incredibles, and we know how good that movie is, and all the other things that Brad Bird's done. So yeah, to me, it's a flawless animated film, and I will watch it every single day of my life if I could.
High praise. Marie, I feel like we know what this is going to be because it was already in another category.
Yeah, it's my favorite film, so obviously it's my favorite animated film, Spirited Away.
I kind of had to play around with this one because my initial reaction was a different film, but I wanted to use that for a different category. But the one I chose is still really solid, and it's more of a personal choice because I grew up watching a lot of the Pixar golden era films, so it's tough to say that there's one that I think is better than others. But for some reason, WALL-E really stood out to me. Is something I enjoy watching.
You know
very
why?
little dialogue.
We worked on cruise ships.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
That's why.
I think it was
Embedded
ingrained in my
there.
brain. Yeah, but I just really enjoyed it because it's something you don't have to watch from the beginning, but you still enjoy. So, I picked WALL-E. It's probably not the strongest film overall, and compared to a
All
lot
about
of them,
your personal favourites, Jose. That's
but
what.
this is definitely a
this
personal
episode.
favorite.
And for me, I could have gone Disney. I could have gone Pixar, but I didn't. I didn't go with any of the big ones. I went with Transformers the movie,
So it's anniversary soon.
the 1985 one. The first film I ever saw in the cinema where someone swore.
Yeah.
When one of the robots said shit, I was like, it broke my tiny little brain. Also, I didn't realise that the reason that about a quarter of the way into the film, they kill all the Transformers. If you think how people reacted to Infinity War, as a kid, this is how I reacted to Transformers the movie. You're like, there's all the toys. They're all dead? Like 20 minutes into the film? What the fuck is going
Capitalism,
on?
Neil. They want you to buy more toys.
Right, and I did not know that at the time. I also didn't realize at the time that the whole film was just a cheap rip-off of Fantastic Four and Unicron basically just being Galactus. But I didn't know Fantastic Four at the time. So that was my thing growing up. I was like, no, it's Transformers. fuck Fantastic Four when I found out about it. And, I was just, and the music, the pure 80 cheesiness. You've got the touch. Oh.
Orson Welles.
They played it live at Comic-Con. Did you see that? They had a thing. Because, like you say, Luke said, they've got the 40-year anniversary, and it's getting re-released into the cinemas again soon, with a bonus chapter on the end of it.
I know. I can't wait.
Oh, wow.
Are they bringing it back? Like, are they doing a sequel to that? I reckon that's what the plan is. I reckon they're going to do a sequel to the original Transformers movie, animated.
Doesn't it have some like heavy hitters? Isn't it like Orson Welles play Unicron?
Yeah.
And
Yes.
one of
In
the
his
guys,
last ever role.
Who is it from Monty Python? That's
Judd Nelson.
No, he's not in Monty Python. you
Eric
tit.
Idle.
Eric Idle. There we go.
No, but
Eric Idle.
But yeah, like it's a heavy
Judd
hitting
Nelson
cast.
voiced
It's
Hot Rod.
fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
It's got Weird Al music in it as well.
Weird Al.
Oh,
The
awesome.
Junk
I didn't know that.
Bots.
Dare to be stupid.
Guys, what is your favourite comic book film? Ben, I'm going to start with you because I feel like that's 10 minutes of my time I can go and pee.
Great, thanks. Okay, so comic book film. There's 10,000 of them now, and when I was a kid, there wasn't like there's part of me that wants to put like the original X-Men in there. This like Bryan Singer X-Men because like that's the catalyst for all of it. And there's part of me that wants to put the Crow in there. Like I want to put V for Vendetta in there because it's one of the best movies, like adaptations. Watchmen, fantastic. But I have to go with what I can rewatch over and over again, and that is a kind of a tie between The Dark Knight, which is which is for me the best Nolan Batman movie. They're like Heath Ledger is just fucking perfect, like absolutely fucking perfect in that movie. Like I can take or leave Bale as Batman, like he's fine. He's great in those movies, but like I don't know, like I'm a Keaton kid, so like that's there. And the tie is with Deadpool versus Wolverine, like the sheer,
Which is just fun.
Which is but like as a kid that loved the Deadpool comics, like that team up was amazing. But also the nods to all of the other stuff, like every single like nod to everything. The Chris Evans, like cameo where they set up for it to be Captain America and it's not. It's like Johnny Storm and like just constant fucking absolute lip service paid to fans, but also keeping its own integrity. Like it's fucking. They are two perfect comic book movies for me.
I remember when we reviewed it, we said it felt like its own thing as well, didn't it? It felt like it was just there to be fun, and it really was. Jose, favorite comic book movie?
So this is the one I had to defer from the animated film because Into the Spider-Verse, great film, great story, great character introductions, honestly. And if anything, the message really hit home. I watched it, maybe not in like a horrible time in my life, but just like I was not feeling the best. And the idea, like it's a leap of faith kind of being said to you in the movie theater, it was just a great feeling coming out. So, and I think, again, it's a solid standalone film. It didn't really need a lot, but it threw back to a lot of really good moments in Spider-Man history, like with the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. And yeah, so I had to just choose it, Into the Spider-Verse.
Okay. David?
Mine is the sequel to Jose's pick, because I'm going Across the Spider-Verse, because it is... out of the two, I freaking love both of them. But out of the two of them, I felt like Across the Spider-Verse was just a bit funnier. The all action sequences were fucking amazingly animated. And some of the needle drops, Neil, were just fantastic. And but I've got my thing. This one was the hardest one though for me because I'm fucking sick of comic book films just in general. They've been the blockbusters of my... So Iron Man came out when I was 16, right? They are still the blockbusters. They are still the blockbusters now. Coming out now. Like the big blockbuster right now in cinemas is Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
I'm just fed up with like every single fucking year it being like a comic book film that is the
You've
one
got
film
old,
that needs
David.
to go and make money.
That's what's
And
happened.
it's just getting... Maybe I'm just miserable.
Like not having any representation of comic book movies in the cinema at all. Like when Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles came out, like that was like a comic book movie that was just like, holy shit, they're doing this. Like they're turning comics into movies now that didn't suck. There weren't like straight to TV. So like when we were kids in the 80s, there was nothing. There was no fucking representation whatsoever. So when that happened, now we like rejoice in that, but everybody's just like, yeah, oh great, it's another comic book movie. Who gives a fuck?
I think it's the fact that it's still happening. It's my entire adult life has been these films dominating the box office.
You're welcome.
And I'm just a bit sick of it now.
Marie.
Oh.
I was going to say Luke, but I've just seen what Luke's is, and I have qualms. So I'm going to go to Marie first.
Oh, what? Oh.
I just kept it simple. The Dark Knight. It's not just a great comic book movie, it's a great movie.
I am going to go next and save Luke for last, as he has the craziest take on the list. I am going to say Infinity War because, again, it was like, as I mentioned earlier, it was a Transformers the movie of the superhero era for a generation of kids who were like, what? When it ended. And it's like, also, it was I love the fact that when you got to it, it was Thanos' story. You made the film around your villain, which was a brilliant masterstroke. And he just looked so badass when he came into it. You're like, again, everything worked in it. Like, it was perfect. Now, Luke, I'm not going to say it's a bad film that you've picked, but it's certainly a controversial choice. Explain yourself, please.
I will. I'll get on my soapbox. Thank you, Neil. Welcome to my TED Talk. So I agree with Ben, where there's so many superhero movies nowadays. It's really hard to choose which one's your favorite. And I could choose all of the MCU, or I could choose the ones I grew up with, like X2, Ghost Rider, Fantastic Four, the first Iron Man, the ones I grew up with at the beginning of the 2000s. But I'm going to go with Hulk, Ang Lee's Hulk. And I'll explain why. I believe this is an underappreciated movie, and it's probably one of the most accurate Hulk movies ever, because Ang Lee managed to really encapsulate the whole point of the Hulk, which was rage, which was trauma, which was about dealing with a lot of really horrific things. And actually, if you watch the movie, you realize a lot of the stuff where young Banner goes through with his dad doing experiments on him and abusing his mother and all this and that. And Ang Lee really went into that. And I think at the time, people just weren't ready for that sort of movie, because Ang Lee generally tried to make a proper one-to-one comic book movie, not a comic book movie, a comic book movie. He had the stills, he had the shots, and I just love it for that. And it's one of those films that, for me, when I was young, I didn't get it. I just wanted to like, oh, Hulk, love that. But as I got older, I appreciate it more because of the film, the way it's shot, the way the cinematography. Granted, yeah, the CGI is not brilliant, but he understood what the Hulk is meant to be, who the Hulk meant to be, and not even that. The Hulk in this gets bigger. The angrier he gets, the bigger he gets, the stronger he gets. He bites off a rocket, spits it out, bends a cannon back, picks it up, runs and charges through the desert. Like, the speed and agility on this Hulk, we haven't never seen, and we probably will never see. No way they'll get Mark Ruffalo, and they didn't, and they got quite close to Edward Norton, but no way we'll see that sort of Hulk ever again. And I appreciate it for that, because it was just able to get a proper Hulk story. And again, Hulk's my favorite superhero, so I'm a bit biased, but my soapbox. Thank you.
Do you know what, mate? I can't disagree with you. I think it does definitely deserve a reappraisal, because Ang Lee is a master director, and I think everyone was just like, wait, you're doing a superhero film next?
Yeah.
And I think people would have preferred him do like another Ice Storm or, period drama. And so I think there was a bit of snobbishness about him just choosing to do that in the first place. And then obviously he made an art film into a superhero. He made an art superhero film, which I think wasn't what a lot of fans were expecting.
No.
I don't remember. I think I just remember thinking it was fine when I saw it, but I haven't watched it in years. But it's definitely worth a reappraisal.
It's one of those, if you go back and watch it now, and you watch it not just for a super movie, but if you actually pay attention to the story matter, it is, like Marie's mentioned with a few films, it is dark. It deals with trauma. It deals with a lot of things. And he uses the Hulk as an allegory for Bruce's inner trauma, of childhood trauma, of neglect, of abuse, blah, blah, and that he uses the way that he explains that is that he became the Hulk. That was his way of dealing with it, that he was holding it inside him and it bursts out and he becomes Hulk. Again, it's a different take on the idea of Hulk, but it works for the story. And I feel like it's underappreciated. And
And that is our Oscar clip from the episode of Luke's defense of the Hulk. Next, this brings us to favourite sequel. Dan, I'm going to start with you.
Back to the Future Part 2. Simple as that. Back to the Future is my favourite film. Like, the sequel's fucking fantastic. And I love Back to the Future 3. So fuck anybody that doesn't like that. As a kid, to be like inspired by the future, like that was, it was cool as hell. It set up a very long-standing high bar for time travel movies as well. All of these Back to the Future 2, 1, 2, and 3.
Like
And now-
Looper.
Shut the fuck up! You shut your damn whore dirty mouth. I will reach down the internet and bitch slap you if you bring that movie up again.
I actually like Looper.
Ben,
Oh, Jose, don't fucking start. The way that the timeline skews and it goes into the future that we're living in now. It's just fucking perfect. Like, it's so good.
it got way too much right.
It got too much right. Like, it did. You're absolutely right there. I still want a hoverboard now at the tender age of 45.
And power laces.
Pepsi perfect.
Power laces are amazing. Like, everything, the flying DeLorean, like the hover conversion on the DeLorean, like having that as the end of Back to the Future 1 and then it pay off in Back to the Future 2 is great. Like, they set up very little at the end of Back to the Future, but what they did set up, they honored really, 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 really well. It's the same script. It's the same movie. It's the same thing. They've just done it again. They went, Back to the Future worked. Let's just do it again. It's fine. That's probably the reason I love it.
What did we need though when we went to the future, Ben? What did we need?
We didn't need roads, did we? Because they had a flying car, mate. So your podcast name is done.
Well, we did need roads. We needed roads in 2015.
We did.
We
need roads,
needed
yes.
roads.
Yes.
We needed road.
We needed roads.
David.
I'm going to go with The Mummy 2. I had a bunch of different ones on here, but I'm going to go with The Mummy 2 because it's just as good as The Mummy 1, but with a really shitly CGI'd The Rock as a scorpion in it.
It was rushed.
One
That's fine.
small bad part.
And it's hilariously bad, but it's like bad in such a charming way.
Yeah, I'm sure he looks back on it
It
fondly.
just does all the great things that the first film does.
Back when The Rock was good, we had no lines.
And it just does it again, essentially. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to go to Luke.
I'm going to keep this short because I spoke too long for the Hulk. So Indiana Jones: The Last Crusade. I know technically it's not the sequel, but I don't.
It's
like
a sequel.
It's a sequel, but I don't like Temple of Doom.
Is it because of all the screaming?
Yeah, I don't
all
like
screaming,
that.
yeah.
That character.
Kalima.
Actually,
Kalima.
you're right though. It is a sequel because the Temple of Doom is a prequel.
Yeah, technically, yeah. But
I
yeah,
thought that's what you were going for, so I was like, good.
that's actually quite smart, though. So thank you. But no, The Last Crusade is my favorite sequel because, like, again, it gets everything that the first two movies did and just makes it better. And again, who doesn't love Sean Connery? He's brilliant.
His ex-wives?
Possibly, yeah.
Oof. Jose.
Keep it simple. Aliens. James Cameron taking a really great concept and making it his own. They're two different, like they're in
Genres.
the same universe, literally. And it's just he went from just like, oh, let me just add more aliens. No, let me make this a fucking masterpiece. Like, Aliens is one of the few films I've seen probably so many times that I can't even count. Like, I have the ultimate edition. I have like the extended edition. Like, I've seen cut clips and everything. I love this fucking film. I don't know why I'm cursing, but I do.
No, it's fine. If the movie makes you want to curse in a positive way, Jose, go for it.
Yes.
Marie, does this film make you want to swear? What's your favourite sequel?
Not really. Shrek 2. It's better than the original and best in the whole franchise before it went all to shit.
I'm just going to come back and, just echo what Jose said. Yeah, Aliens, man. It's just game over, man. It's it. It's Aliens.
Yes, so many quotes.
So many quotes.
They mostly come out at night, mostly.
Have you seen that T-shirt where it's I mostly communicate in obscure 80s film references, mostly?
Mostly. No, but now
I
I'd
couldn't
like
buy
it. Right, we're going to switch things up a bit now. We are moving on to your favourite actor. And when I say actor, gender does not matter. Your favourite actor or actress. Who is the person, when you see them in a film, you go, I will watch anything they do because they are awesome in pretty much anything. Ben, I'm going to start with you because your answer was, fuck you, that's impossible.
Yes, it was. Yes.
Okay.
It is. It's genuinely impossible. If I like gun to my head, like, and I haven't named any of his movies in this thing, and I really should have.
Charlie Sheen.
It would be Robin Williams.
Yeah.
Fair.
Agreed.
Oh,
Like, didn't
yes.
ever like put
Oh,
a
man.
1,000,000% into every performance. There was no like. There's like. I also love his like off-screen, like the way that he lifted people up and was always like part of his contract was you have to employ 5 homeless people like in the movie and give them a job. Like he did some really philanthropic stuff that like never gets talked about. The guy was fucking. It was like
No,
a
I
gift
never
to
knew
us
that.
all. Yeah, like look, like there's like a really like short documentary on him on like one of the fucking streaming services out here. That it's fucking premium. Like the man was too good for for this planet, and that's why he died so soon. I'm afraid, unfortunately.
I just decided to go one male, one female. Sam Rockwell always makes interesting choices, and
Yeah.
I like most
Wild
of his
Horse
movies.
9.
Yes.
That's
and
his
then
new film,
Kate Blanchett, I feel like doesn't get enough recognition for
No, she does.
really
But she's
good-
awesome.
I just love her. I don't hear enough about her, and I like watching her films. They're always really interesting.
Luke.
Gary Oldman has to be. Again, he's one of those actors that puts 1,000,000% in everything he's been. I've loved every role he's ever done.
So, Luke, I have to interrupt quickly. So you watch Slow Horses then, right?
I'm getting around to it.
Yeah.
The reason I'm getting around to it is because Neil keeps
His
asking me to watch
greatest
it.
role of his career.
But I've heard it's
It's the
brilliant.
greatest TV show ever made.
He's-
I will. I promise. I will. I promise. But the one reason
I'm
why I chose
seriously
him,
gonna watch it one day and just not tell Neil, and then just start quoting it.
yeah,
Ben,
If you realise
this
it.
bunch of cocklords, none of them have ever watched Slow Horses. None of them.
Wow, I can't
I've
believe
watched
that.
it.
it's on the list.
Wait, you have?
Yeah.
Is that all we're getting? Do you enjoy it? Do you give a fuck?
No, I watched like the first season. I haven't watched it since. But I watched it, Neil.
The reason I chose Gary Oldman, obviously, because how brilliant he is. But I recently watched Leon the Professional for the first time this year.
Oh,
And his role in that, I was just like, this man's a fucking genius. Like,
everyone.
how he goes from playing a normal guy to instantly switch into a psychopath, and you feel it as you watch it. Like, I feel uncomfortable straight away. Gary Oldman can do no wrong. And to be honest, I want to do a quick mention. Ranulph Fiennes, one of the most greatest actors we have today, who has never won an Oscar. He deserves one.
Really?
He's one of those actors, and you always think, oh, yeah, he's one. Oh, no, he
No,
didn't.
he hasn't. He deserves
And he
one.
should have.
Again, like Gary Oldman, he's brilliant, but he's never won an award.
David, I'm going to come to you next.
No, I'm with Ben on this one. It was a cunt of a. Well, that was a hard word to use.
Oh, wow.
There was a hard C on that one, my friend.
It was a difficult thing to do, this, Neil. If I'm going off just sheer performance in one film, Daniel Day-Lewis in There Will Be Blood. There's like, I've never seen a performance like that in a film. Like, it was just unbelievable. Yeah, but specifically There Will Be Blood is just like something I've never seen
I
before.
will drink your milkshake.
Yeah, it's just unbelievable. And then I was thinking, like, what actor do I just genuinely freaking think is amazing in literally anything he does? Is Philip Seymour Hoffman. I think
Yeah.
he was just unbelievable in
Everything.
anything.
R.I.P.
Ben just mentioned Heath Ledger, and I think I have seen everything Heath Ledger's done.
Yeah.
And even though it was more like later in his career where he was doing like really, really good films, I even liked his earlier stuff, like 10 Things I Hate About You. Yeah, I think he did Ned Kelly. I freaking like Ned Kelly as well when he's in that. Yeah.
Marie.
Now, I had difficulty with this question because, to be honest, the actor is like the least reason why I would go see a movie, and also because my answer to this in the past used to be DiCaprio, but he just turned out to be the biggest creep of all time.
Mm.
So,
Well, no,
yeah,
come on.
and-
Jared Leto still exists in the universe.
Yeah, true.
fair.
Speaking
fair,
of.
but he was never good at acting. At least Leo is
true.
still good at acting. But
Yeah.
you know, his personal life, and I'm too old to date him. Basically, that's
That's the real reason.
If you could separate the person from the actor, would it be Leo?
To be honest, not anymore. I just can't. You guys know I'm too woke for that shit. So just to simplify it, because like it's probably this is the case. It's Galgstein, because like I've other than the shitty Cinderella movie and the war movie he did, I've seen everything that he's in. and he's just at the start of his career, and he just has like comedic chops. And
Come on, after Masters of the Universe,
Yeah.
he should be massive.
yeah,
He
I'm
should
just
be in
excited that
everything.
he finally has a franchise that he comes back to. Well, technically, Red, White, and Royal Blue is a franchise as well, but that will end after the sequel.
And I'm going to go with, well, I thought I had one ahead of everyone, and then I've just remembered someone who absolutely, I've seen almost every one of his films, and he's not on my list. So first, I'm going to mention Ethan Hawke. I love anything Ethan Hawke does. From Explorers back in '85, which I rewatched recently, and it still holds up so well. He's just so good. You can see his Ethan Hawke-ness coming through, even as a bloody 13-year-old kid. You can just the same mannerisms that he still does today. Like he had that TV show on Disney Plus, The Lowdown, this year. Again, he was amazing in that. He did Blue Moon, the Richard Linklater film, this year. Any other year, he'd be up for an Oscar for Best Actor for that, because it's just him as a drunk, angry guy getting drunker and more angry as the night goes on. And like a lot of Linklater stuff, it all takes place in one night. I mean, he worked with him, obviously before Sunrise, Tape, when he was with Uma Thurman. He'd worked with him so much over the years. But the one person I forgot, who was one of my all-time favourite actors, how could I forget him, Ben? Michael J. Fox.
Oh, yeah.
Everything he's in.
Yeah.
I love Doc Hollywood. Doc Hollywood is one of my go-to, because you forget how awesome that is as well.
Yeah.
And also that you forget that you're really surprised by the fact there's full frontal nudity in it when it was a PG. But because it wasn't in a sexual way, when the girl comes out of the water, she's completely naked, and he thinks he's dreaming. And then I think he was. But because it wasn't in a sex scene, it was just someone walking out of the water, they got away with it back then. Yep. Random ratings, man. Right, moving on to your favourite director. And I'm going to start with David.
A real dick move, I think, asking us
answer
to
the question,
select someone. But I went with Fincher. I went with David Fincher.
Okay.
Because I think he's the, again, I'm pretty sure I've seen all of his work.
Big fan of Mank.
He's I didn't mind it. And that's not my favorite of his, but I think my favorite of his is probably Zodiac.
Really? I would say 7.
I really like Zodiac. Yeah, big fan of Zodiac. Yeah, but I just think he's one of those directors that's consistently consistent. I don't think he's got really there's not a negative film in his portfolio.
No, I'd agree with that.
Yeah, I think he's amazing. Yeah,
Jose.
The person I picked, surprisingly, is pulled to Tarantino, and I just counted. He's only directed 10 films.
Wow.
And one of them is Piranha 2: The Spawning, and the last 3 have been Avatar. But in between that,
wasted the last 20 years of his life.
Yeah, but in between that are probably movies that are some of my favorite of all time: Terminator, Terminator 2, Aliens, The Abyss, and underrated True Lies is such a good film.
Oh, that's a great one,
honestly. And then Titanic.
Great.
Yeah, and so I had to just go with him because Nolan was a very close second, but for growing up with James Cameron, he really made me a big fan of his.
Marie, I have no idea on this one.
I went with my fellow environmentalist and AI hater, Miyazaki. Just his movies are gorgeous and always have an environmental message to them. It's kind of the obvious choice for me.
And Ben, favorite director?
Yeah, tricky one. Should it be Zemeckis? Probably.
His 80s run was iconic, wasn't it?
Yeah. I mean, but I don't know. If it's movies that I admire and enjoy, it's got to be Nolan. For Memento alone, that movie was the guy got refused entry into every film school, had to guerrilla film stuff and break into the industry in the same way as punk bands break into the music industry. I got a lot of respect for that. I love I love his honesty about stuff. I read an interview with him about the Odyssey recently where he was don't expect another movie out of me for 5 years. This just fucked me. He's flat out look, I'm just this one guy. Give me a break, sort of thing. But everybody that's ever worked with him has said that he's an actor's director, but he's also a director's director. He just ticks so many boxes. And like I said, Dark Knight, fucking how he pulled that together, I don't know. It was fantastic.
I'm always going to pick Inception.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's great. I really love Tenet, and everybody tells me I'm insane, but I really love that movie. Like,
I like Tenet as well.
No,
See,
I hate
David
Tenet.
gets it.
I
David's
like
a smart man.
People who overthink movies hate Tenet. It's just a movie, man. Just enjoy it.
He hasn't got a bad film though. I have to be fair, I haven't seen Following. I haven't seen his first film.
Well, I mean, come on. You can't-
Me and David were having this debate after the Odyssey when we came out of the cinema. We were like ranking them all.
There's not a bad film because Nolan was my number 2 with Fincher. I was like tossing between the two of them. Yeah, there's not a bad film that he's done. I freaking love Dunkirk. People don't like Dunkirk. I think Dunkirk's fascinating.
Nolan goes historical epic, sci-fi film. Historical epic, sci-fi film. And so next we'll have a sci-fi film again, which will be good, hopefully. I'm just purely basing that on nothing at all other than
or a
that's
horror
literally
film
his,
soon.
I watched Interstellar for the first time only the other day.
What? Oh my
I know.
goodness. Yeah.
Only
Oh
the
yeah,
other
you're
day
right.
I watched it for the first time.
You didn't sleep through it.
Mhm.
Dude, I saw it in the cinema a few months back, and the sound of the waves on that water planet, you just like, admittedly, he does like his loud sound. I was like this in the Odyssey at one point. I was like, motherfucker, make my ears bleed. Luke, moving on. Your favourite director?
Again, this was a difficult one because I sat there and I thought, okay, well, what director have I seen all of their repertoire? And again, I've done nothing wrong. And I was going to go with Kevin Smith, but I still haven't seen Clerks 3 yet, so I need to watch that. But then I thought about it, but Wes Anderson, I've seen every one of his movies, and every one of them I've loved. I love the creativity. I love how he shoots them. I love his cinematography. Again, I wasn't a big fan of Asteroid City, but again, all of his movies that he does, every single one I watch, I'm like, I love that. I love that. The Grand Budapest Hotel is his best, in my opinion. But again, I also have a soft spot for Rushmore and Life Aquatic. He just has a way of telling stories, having brilliant actors in it, and just the way, I don't know, maybe it's the autism. His movies just appeal to me, and like he did Fantastic Mr. Fox, and you know it's a Roald Dahl movie, but same stage you're like, I want to see more movies like this done by him, because again, I just feel like Wes Anderson could make anything and it'd be brilliant. He could make a Marvel movie and it would be different, but also,
can you imagine?
Yeah, it'd be
Wes Anderson Marvel movie. It would be brilliant.
Yeah.
I think with Wes Anderson, mate, I completely agree. And that I think if you asked us all our favourite Wes Anderson film, we'd all have a completely different answer.
Yeah, it's
like from what you said. I would have said my favourites: Moonrise Kingdom, Royal Tenenbaums, and Asteroid City.
Rushmore has one of my favorite lines, and it's these are OR scrubs. Oh, are they? That's so funny to me. I don't know why.
For me, favourite director, and again, I had to pick between two. So and Luke, this is definitely not going to get him on the podcast now that I said I almost forgot Kevin Smith. Because Kevin Smith was like watching Clerks when I was like getting off a late night shift when I was a teenager at McDonald's, and I was like, holy fuck, this film is awesome. It was like kind of one of the things that got me to go to college and do that. So Kevin Smith would always be up there. But the other guy who I wrote a paper on to get into college was on Richard Linklater. Seeing Dazed and Confused Man for the first time, I was like, he introduced me to like all the classic 70s rock music and just how many actors who are now massive came out of that film. And it was the first time I saw a film that didn't follow the traditional Hollywood format. It was like, wait, this is just a film taking place over one night about a bunch of kids partying, and the only real oppressing force is they have to decide what they're going to do over the summer and the rest of their lives. And it was like a hang movie. And I got so into Linklater. I went backwards. I got everything. went from Slacker. You couldn't get his first film at that point, which was called It's Impossible to Learn How to Plow by Reading Books. The Before trilogy is one of the greatest trilogies of all time, alongside Back to the Future, of course. You know, making a film with the same characters every 10 years, no one else does that. What he did with Boyhood, making a film over, I forget how many, I think that was over 12 years of someone's life. And again, it was just a masterful film. And then he's still on fire now. That's what I love. Of course, most people know him probably. School of Rock is probably his biggest known film for a lot of people. But he would do like a kid's film. He'd do something a bit more commercial. Then he'd go and make two films that are weird. His animation, like Waking Life, was amazing. He's one of his directors who I think, as he gets onto his career, everyone will be like, he was a master and doesn't get his due enough. He will win an Oscar someday for something. It'll be some project that he's been working on for like, I think he's planning something at the minute where he's going to shoot for like the next 10, 15 years, the same film with the same actors over that course of that. And it's like, it's insanity to even attempt that. But he's done it already, so why not? You know, I mean, last year, Ethan Hawke, Blue Moon, brilliant. Nouvelle Vague, a film about the making of Breathless. Like, he is just the master. But of course, Linklater, and only because I've seen all this next director's films in the cinema, I've seen 3 of them in the last week at the cinema. Scorsese. I'm sorry, but if you go classic Scorsese, even his new stuff isn't like, I would say it's not on a par because he's at the age now when literally no one is saying to him, Martin, it doesn't need to be 8 hours long because no one's got the balls to say that to Scorsese now, where someone should. But if you look at his peak from like late 70s to like mid 90s, it's just untouchable. The last week at the cinema, I saw Raging Bull, Taxi Driver, and Goodfellas, and all of them were just fucking fantastic. I'm going to see King of Comedy in the next month, as well as Casino, and then he moves on to his DiCaprio season, where I'm like, eh. But all this stuff with De Niro was just fucking untouchable. If you haven't seen those 3 films, Taxi Drivers, Raging Bull, and Goodfellas, and this is to everyone, go and watch them because you watch them, they're like complicated characters. They're just, you're watching going, wait, this is supposed to be the main protagonist, but they're a complete fucking arsehole. But somehow but in a way, David, where you say you like look at Chalamet in what was the one, Marty Supreme, where you can appreciate it was a really well made film, but you fucking hated his character.
I now hate Timothy Chalamet.
As well,
extension of the fact that he played that character.
Yeah. Now, music. And this is your favorite movie score or soundtrack. And I'm going to start with Jose.
This was one of the easiest questions I could think of because I knew immediately what it was going to be. Tron Legacy soundtrack, Daft Punk, amazing sounds, no lyrics, and I literally listened to it while working most of the time, or maybe not all the time, but like a lot of the time. Like I can tell you what part of the movie each song is in. It's so good, and I'm not even a music person, but that was it. Like
you did speak for it a lot when we did our Tron episode, Jose. You spoke for it, the music longer than I do normally, almost. So yeah, I can absolutely tell that is your
it was an easy answer for me.
Marie, are you going to say Ghost? The documentary.
I don't think that would have counted. They've never done a soundtrack. They've done a song. They did Halloween, whatever number it was, but I don't think that counted. So no, I went with for soundtrack 2 that I like have on my Spotify saved and want to get on vinyl. And the first is The Boat That Rocked, because it just has classic 70s anthems on it, and it's an amazing soundtrack. But it kind of goes with the territory because it's a movie about pirate radio station. And then the second one is Juno, which I think is one of the most like least talked about soundtracks, but it's
the
so
Moldy
good.
Peaches.
Exactly, but also starts with the Kinks. Like it has indie artists, it has classic artists. It's such a good soundtrack, and it's very often overlooked. And it's one that I also have still saved on my phone.
Luke, favorite soundtrack?
God, this is tough competition because I went straight anime. But yeah, animation. I went with Disney's Tarzan, Phil Collins. I'm a big Phil Collins fan. I'm not going to lie. I have most of his albums. I know I'm an old man. I know it. And it was one of those where it's like Phil Collins can do no wrong. And I remember listening to that soundtrack at a young age, and it was literally just like Phil Collins was like, "Hold my beer. I'm now going to just do one of the most epic ballads for a soundtrack ever." And Bryan Adams did the same for Brother Bear, which was just flawless. And I think Phil Collins...
I thought he was going to say Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
Well, no, he did great for that. But I think like Phil Collins did a great job for like Brother Bear as well. And Bryan Adams did Spirit Stallion of the Kalahari by DreamWorks. And again, the reason I picked this movie is just, again, watching this movie at a very young age had such an impression on me. I was like, I love this guy's voice. I love the way he sings. I want to hear more. And that led me to listening to more of his music. Little bit trivia for anybody who doesn't know, he's not only sung this song in English, he sung the soundtrack to this in multiple different languages, so it could be played in different countries. He played it in French, German, Russian, all different types of language, Spanish. It was flawless.
I do have an unnatural hate for Phil Collins.
A lot of people do. Only because I understand why.
No. You won't understand. This is a very unique reason, Luke.
Yeah.
So imagine teenage Neil and Ben when we have a band at school.
Yeah.
And, we're listening to all our pop punk, rock music. We're listening to what kids should be listening to at that time. Our bass player, Phil, was a fan of Phil Collins at 15.
Oh.
And in the mid-90s, and we're like, no, Phil, that's bad. That's not good music. We are listening to, like, good music, and that's not it. You're exiled. Go away. Apologies to Phil. He did write our theme music that then Ben played and recorded. So, yeah. David.
I only went with a score because I didn't think we were going to do both. But if I had to choose a soundtrack, I can't really argue with Luke's. Tarzan is banging. And you know what? Like, it's staying on the Disney theme of that. The Goofy movie.
Yeah.
Oh,
Freaking love the Goofy movies
okay.
music. So I could have gone with like Jurassic Park or Jaws or Harry Potter or
Lord of the Rings.
or Lord of the Rings. Or and number 2 for me, which is really close, is Edward Scissorhands, because I think Edward Scissorhands has like got an insanely nice one. I went with The Last of the Mohicans, because I freaking love how that music just transports me into it, and how the music is specifically used to convey emotion in certain scenes, and to build up that tension and emotion into the scenes where it's used. I think it's just an example of how music can be used so masterfully in a film.
And Ben.
So I went down the score route, but I'm going to change tack. I think that I want to put Scott Pilgrim versus the World as my favorite soundtrack.
Ooh,
Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
yeah, that's a
it's
good one.
like it's just fucking ridiculously great. There's like nothing. There's nothing in it that makes me go, oh, why'd you put that song in there? That song doesn't make any sense, or that's not a thing. And like they had to write all of these songs for like for Sex Bomb and the other bands, but also I toured with a band who have a song on the soundtrack, a band called Blood Red Shoes. And they were support for a band that I toured with, and they were just like, oh yeah, we know Edgar Wright, and like he put one of us, like he's a fan of the band, and he put us in the movie. And I was like, I'm sorry, you're in Scott Pilgrim versus the World, and they're like credited, and it's like, and I've found the song, it's in one of the bars. I've also played a show at the Lee's Palace where they filmed most of those, like the first Battle of the Bands. So like there's a lot of stuff there that like it means a lot to me personally that I've experienced as well. So like it's a deep cut for me, but I just think it's fucking, I just don't think there's a bad song in that.
That was on my list, man. That was close to being, because again, it works perfectly as a soundtrack album. All the songs are perfectly placed for what they do in the film, but just the songs as themselves are all like really short pop rock bangers, aren't they? Didn't Beck write a lot of them, like the little short ones, like the Sex Bomb ones?
Yeah.
Well, I went the soundtrack route rather than score. If I had gone score, I probably would have picked Lord of the Rings, or my favourite soundtrack of this year is Brian Pemberton and Daniel May's Masters of the Universe. It's just, if I want to listen to something without lyrics in it, that's the album this year. It's just fucking superb. It literally sounds like I'm listening to like Flash Gordon crossed with, well, just Flash Gordon really, but like a modern twist on it. But no, I have to go soundtrack albums, and these are 2 soundtracks. I'm going to try and do quickly on both. 2 terrible films from the 90s that are bad films and in no way at all good films, but they have 2 amazing soundtracks. One of them, in 1993, there was a cheap shit B movie called Judgment Night, starring Emilio Estevez and I think Jeremy Piven, and I think he gets thrown off a roof. He's terrible in it. And it's literally about 4 guys in New York who are going for a boxing match, and they take a wrong drive, witness a murder by gangster Dennis Leary, and then he's after them.
Wow,
yeah.
Do you remember the film?
Yeah.
I watched the trailer
that
the
is
other
a
day.
Throwback. Man, I forgot about
the film
that.
is not good. Okay, the film is
I
not
wouldn't
good
say that.
anyway.
Are they steal his ring?
It was just-
But the soundtrack,
Oh wow.
the record label, there's literally an article in Rolling Stone about the genesis of the soundtrack. 1993. So you think rap and rock music together, you'd only had really Aerosmith with Run DMC, and I think Rage Against the Machine came out in 92 with the first album. Or it was 92, wasn't it? Ben knows, yeah. So two record labels had the idea to do a joint soundtrack for the film and put their rap and hip hop acts with the rock and metal bands. And some of it worked brilliantly, some of it didn't work. Some of the bands got together and recorded jointly, and others never even met the other band when they recorded. They record their part, someone else to come in. But you had, and Ben will get this probably more than you guys, because the rest of you guys are going to look at me and go, who's that band? But you had like Slayer did a song with Ice-T.
Amazing.
You had Pearl Jam and Cypress Hill was probably like the big one. You had Mudhoney and Sir Mix-a-Lot, which was brilliant because Sir Mix-a-Lot's doing this really fast, like over like Mudhoney's like grungy bass riffs.
Is
The
the
first
Mix-a-Lot
track
the
of-
one that did Baby Got Back?
Yep, him
I'm with you. Yep.
with a grunge band, and they're like, and it just worked really well. You then had Sonic Youth and Cypress Hill did a song together. You had Biohazard and Onyx. The big track off the album, the first release, was a song called Just Another Victim, and it was House of Pain doing a song with a hardcore band called Helmet. And again, all these bands, like, no one really, like, I mean, I'm trying, Del the Funky Homo Sapien. Okay, stop. Don't insult Del the Funky Homo Sapien by yawning, Jose. But yeah, no, like, it was such a brilliant soundtrack for a shit film. And that's what the other one is. The other one, it's the grunge soundtrack. It's a film called Singles. It's what Cameron Crowe did after Say Anything and before he did Jerry Maguire. And as 15-year-old Neil thought when he saw this, when you do a film about the grunge scene in the 90s, you're into this music, I fucking hated this film. I was like, why are you doing a stupid, shitty romantic drama about relationships around these people when the film should be about the bands and the music in the scene? It had unreleased Pearl Jam songs. It had Soundgarden, Mudhoney. It had Alice in Chains. Jimi Hendrix, not part of the grunge scene, but obviously from Seattle, had Jimi Hendrix on it. And I discovered other bands I'd never heard of, like Screaming Trees. And I also had the Replacements on it. It had Paul Westerberg from the Replacements on it. Mother Love Bone, who I'd never heard of until the thing, who were like the proto-grunge band. If it wasn't for Mother Love Bone, you wouldn't have Pearl Jam. And they're like the bridge band between like the 80s hair rock stuff and like what grunge would go on to be. So for me, it's just, again, terrible film, absolute dog shit. Although Chris Cornell from Soundgarden has a brilliant cameo as a stone next door neighbor who walks outside and like this guy's put a new sound system in his girlfriend's car and he's just like nodding his head and then it explodes. But yeah, so that is my 2 all-time favorite soundtracks of films that are very bad, but go listen to the soundtracks because they are awesome. Okay, we are now on to favorite guilty pleasure.
Just from the top, I don't believe that guilty pleasure is a term that belongs in the art world. I think that like that's like a punishment term for someone that likes something. You can't help what you like. That the guilty pleasure is just a redundant term to me. I think it's ridiculous. And I was turned on to that idea by someone I work with, a guy called Scott Schiffler. He's a truly tremendous musician. But I said to him like, "Oh, this is I like that song. It's a guilty pleasure." And he was like, "No such thing as guilty pleasures, man. If you like something, you like it. It's part of who you are. It's part of your DNA. And art should be, loved for what it is. So guilty pleasure is a awful term. This is just a movie I like. How's that?"
Fair enough.
But
Although I will definitely disagree with Marie's choice.
I mean, yes, but I've in that category. It's not like it's a guilty pleasure, but it's a movie that like people just don't get sometimes when I say it. But it's Hot Shots Part 2. Like,
no, man, that's brilliant. I love Hot Shots.
It's utterly fucking ridiculous. Like the Hot Shots like movies were fantastic. Like some of the shit that happens in that movie is just incredible. Like it's got like all of the charm of Airplane and the Naked Gun stuff.
Well, it had the directors of Airplane.
Yes, but it also had like the take and the way that they could film it and the modern for the 90s, I guess. It just suited them a little better in my opinion. But yeah, like that would be, if I have to use the term, that would be a guilty pleasure.
Fine, rephrase it as a film you like that other people don't.
There you go.
I am gonna get David.
I don't like. I'm with Ben. I don't think mine actually is a guilty pleasure because, and I'm just looking at everyone else's lists. Everyone else's lists have got like rom-coms or just like a bad film in Marie's case. But
oh mate,
or comedies. But like I've gone with a horror film. So my is Hell House, the first Hell House, which I think within like people will say that's just a good horror film. It's a fun found footage horror film. I really have like a proper love for found footage horror, and this is just one of those films I could just throw on and enjoy and just watch people slowly go a bit mental and scary with like the possessed clown, like the clowns and the ghosts and the scare maze and like all the documentary aspects of it.
Marie's like, nope, No.
It's just fun, man. It's fun, and then everyone gets dragged to hell and stuff, and it's spoilers, but it's good. It's just genuinely, it's just one of those films that I can just throw it on, real, and just enjoy it from wherever. And I don't think I don't think it should be a guilty pleasure actually, but.
We've established, David. It's favourite film you like that other people think shit.
I think other people like it though, so I don't. Maybe I fuck this
prefer
up.
Rose Red, but
No.
it's good.
It's good. Okay, Luke.
13 going on 30, which I know. I'm a little girl. I know it. But I do really like that movie. It is a guilty pleasure because no matter how I'm feeling, where I need to be cheered up, or I need to laugh, I need to feel young again, I need to appreciate almost being 30, then I'll put that movie on and it just takes me back to when I was a young kid, thinking, oh God, I can't wait to be an adult. And now I'm an adult. I'm like, what the fuck was I thinking? It's a bit of a guilty pleasure for me. I really do enjoy it. And again, I like Mark Ruffalo, and this is one of his best roles, in my opinion.
You need to watch Task then, the TV show Task, because he is ridiculous.
He's good in everything. He's one of those great actors.
I'm going to go next, just to break things up a bit. And I've got a film that generally a lot of people will hate.
Oh, no.
And it doesn't hold up well. But it's got one of the greatest songs of all time. And it's also got Matt Damon in it.
Yeah.
Euro Trip.
I love that movie.
Fucking Euro Trip.
That's a classic.
Yeah.
Who
It's a
loves that
great
movie?
film. I don't think this is a guilty pleasure at all.
it.
Do you not? Okay.
Excuse it. This
Excuse
isn't where I
it.
parked my car.
Okay, loving the Euro Trip. Love. Excellent.
The late great Michelle Trachtenberg as well.
Yes.
Sadly.
R.I.P.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, from that then, my other one, and it's not really, again,
I love this film.
So you get
Is
two
it-
of them?
Luke's so excited. Yes, I do, Jose. So shut your face. Walk Hard.
Yes.
And this is more like underrated classic.
Mm.
Walk Hard. Luke's only just seen it recently, and he's
love it.
absolutely loved in it.
Wrong kid died.
Walk Hard has ruined the musical biopic for
It
me.
has,
I cannot
yeah.
watch any musical biopic now because this film exists.
Mm.
When I saw the trailer for the Springsteen film, I was like, this is literally Walk Hard.
Mm.
But like done seriously. There's literally a scene with him dancing with his mum as a kid in the fucking kitchen. I was like, look out, you're gonna fall out the window. You don't want any of this shit, Dewey Cox.
But I do kind of want it.
I think
You
maybe
don't
I
want
do.
none.
It makes all your bad feelings feel good.
Thank you.
It's not habit forming.
That movie gets played on every single tour bus I'm on. Every single tour bus without fail.
Yes.
Like, that movie is always on. And you know what? I would have thought it would have been almost famous, but like no, it's Walk Hard, the Dewey Cox story. It without fail.
The touring band's favourite film then, is what you're saying.
Mm.
For reference, this movie came out in 2000. I was a senior in high school, and it was a stacked cast of beautiful women. Bring it on. Kirsten Dunst, Gabrielle Union, Eliza Dushku, and more. And it was just so much
Where he
fun
gets
to
up
watch.
and walks off.
And also a really great cameo by Ian Roberts, who's a great comedic actor, playing a cheerleading coach or a choreographer. And I mean, it was just a fun movie. It's just a fun movie. It holds up. It's just
Whatever happened to the guy in it? Like, did he ever
which
do
guy?
anything?
Jesse Bradford.
The guy. Yeah. Oh, we did a few
He
things.
went on to do Swim Fan, which was pretty good too, actually.
I really liked Bring It On, In It to Win It.
Yeah.
I think that's the one where they're in Florida. Is that the one where they're like in Universal Studios?
I'll be honest,
they
I never
wander
watched
around.
any of the other sequels.
That's the thing. It's like I kind of agree with you guys. Like, no judgment what you like. So I just went one would actually shock you, and that is
You did.
And we're all judging you
Halle
for
Berry's
it.
Catwoman, because it falls under the category of it's so bad it's good, but also I watched the shit out of that when I was 13 years old. Like, David complaining about like his whole life being played by superhero movies. To be honest, like even though like I'm younger than David, I'm with Ben on this. I remember the drought that we had where superhero movies, like we just had to cling to any morsel they would give us. And Halle Berry was like the closest I had to like a female superhero role model when I was growing up as a teenager. as a teenager. So yeah, I completely admit, like, the movie is crap, but it's so good. Like, come on, the main villain is the owner of a makeup company. Like, the main thing that is bad about this movie is a face cream that like rots the skin, but if you keep using it, it makes your skin turn to marble. Like, it's just ridiculous. She goes into a club and orders a white Russian without the alcohol. She orders a glass of milk. Like, it's over the top, and I just love how they interpreted it as Catwoman. Yes, this means a woman turns into a literal cat.
I'm pretty sure they use part of that. There's a scene in that movie where the crash cuts are so fucking awful. They use it in film schools now to tell you, like, to show you what not to do. Like, it's so badly put together.
Wow.
But I agree with your point of like movies. Maybe the title of this piece should have been "Movies So Bad That They're Good," because that is exactly what I should have gone for. A movie that I think is so awful, but enjoy it anyway. I wish I'd have done that with my
Which
choice.
is?
I can't think of it right now.
Okay,
Under
but you
pressure.
don't have one. Oh, okay. Fair enough. Well, we'll move on then. Next category, favourite romance, Lovers in the Air, with Luke, your film.
About Time. And not just About Time asking me, but the movie About Time. I love it because it's a time travel movie that, again, is very, very clever, very much in the vein of Back to the Future. But it's only the men in this family can go back in time. And when this young lad finds out, and I believe it's his 18th birthday that he can do it, it's just a venture of him trying to, being a young kid, I mess up, go back in time, fix it. And then he meets the love of his life, which is the actress Rachel McAdams. If anything, kind of messes around with free will and messes around with her life, so he manages to get with her in the end. So we'll kind of look over that part, but I just love the romance of it, how it's not just a story about him trying to get with the girl, it's also the fact of, if you look in the background, how that his sister is dealing with a lot of problems in her life, and he tries to go back and help her, but then you realise if he does that, then certain things don't happen. And about his dad, like, there's so many twists and turns, and I don't want to ruin it, but every time I watch this movie, it makes me cry. It really makes me appreciate life, the loved ones, the things I have around me, and it's just a very beautiful movie, and I love it. And it's one of those films that I always recommend to people. Of like, look, you want something to watch, you want to cry, watch About Time. You really will enjoy it because it's smart, clever, and just perfect.
Cry for the right reasons.
Yeah.
Unlike, if you watched Catwoman. Marie, your choice.
I mean, I could have set this movie in a lot of categories, but I held off until now, and that is a little film called Red, White, and Royal Blue. I just love it so much. It's so unbelievably cute. It's just the President of the United States' son falls for the Prince of England. It's gay and adorable, and I love it so much.
And Jose.
So I went back and forth a little bit, but ultimately I had to go with one that I just really enjoyed, Crazy Stupid Love. The cast is great. I mean, Emma Stone, Ryan Gosling, but like, it's just funny, and it comes around with a plot twist that no one expects in a rom-com. Like, it was so well done.
I was surprised they were aliens.
Yeah, and it's a really good, fun, like, romance involved. So Crazy Stupid Love.
David.
This is the second one that I really struggled with. I think I'm just not a very romantic person.
So Predator 2.
So I was like, what films do I like? I quite like Notting Hill. It's a rom-com. It's peak floppy Hugh Grant in his floppiest stage.
Hair. You're talking about his hair, right?
Yep. It's it's Julia Roberts in her queen moment of being the queen of rom-coms. I just think it's funny. It's charming, and makes me feel good about myself. And it's got a banging soundtrack as well. Notting Hill, really like the soundtrack of it. So, not very romantic person, but I've seen Ben's Choice, and I'm like, fuck yeah, Ben.
which is why I'm saving Ben till last. So I'm going to go next. And I've gone for an Ethan Hawke, Richard Linklater one, Before Sunrise. Just the idea of getting on a train, traveling around Europe. And this is one of the films that also made me think about like taking the job on the cruise ship. It was like, yeah, let's just like literally go on a boat and go around the world. And like this film was like one of my influences to do that. Like when the jobs come up, I was like, I'd just seen this film about like 3 months earlier. And just it's such a simple story. You know, when you're young and you meet someone and you just hit it off and you just chat bollocks till the early hours of the morning. That's what this film is. But it's such a perfect encapsulation of that relationship of just meeting someone and just vibing straight away. And so yeah, for me, it's so many other people think this is like superb as well. But yeah, Before Sunrise for me. And the fact he then went back and did 2 sequels 10 years apart with the same actors following the relationship was just like, yeah, next level shit. Ben, your favorite romantic movie of all time?
Hot Fuzz. I'm telling you now, watch Hot Fuzz and tell me that is not a romantic story between Simon Pegg and Nick Frost characters. Like there is an interview with Simon Pegg where he said they were writing this movie and it was going kind of nowhere until they realised the main point of it was the love story between those two people. Like their love as friends, as like, you know, like it, like in that like world of love. It's fucking brilliant. Like it, and I just appreciate Simon Pegg for like throwing that out there and just being cool about it. So there, Hot Fuzz. I'm not taking it back.
Is it platonic love? Is that what it's called? Platonic love? Is that it? Is that the word?
Yeah, I guess. Why
Hey,
not?
love is love. Love is love,
man.
Just let it be, man.
Yeah.
Love is love.
And that perfectly brings us on to our next category, which is favorite queer film. In aid of as well, our next upcoming episode, which is already in the bag, where Marie has schooled us all on our queer pop culture. It's an interesting episode, and we all learned something.
And based on the answers, I didn't school you guys enough.
But that's coming very soon. So, Jose, because I have no idea what this film is and I've not heard of it, you're going first. What is your favorite queer film?
I have to admit that this is a genre that I don't necessarily, by accident, I don't necessarily watch a lot of. But there was one film
Don't dig the hole.
But there was one film that I found I had watched and really enjoyed just because of the beautiful content it brought to attention. It stars Ewan McGregor, Christopher Plummer, Melanie Laurent, and Goran Viznik has a part in it, who I think is an underrated actor. But it's yes, exactly. And so it's a man whose mother passes away, and then his father comes out, and then later also passes away from cancer. And that's the part of the story that the movie focuses on. And then his father...
just spoiled it all for us, Jose.
Sorry.
No,
But
that's the beginning.
Okay.
I obviously have seen it.
Yeah, and it's very subtle and beautiful. And to be honest, it kind of hit me in a way that I wasn't expecting. And I had to give it credit, and I wanted to let people know about it because it's just a beautiful movie in general, and has a really interesting take with the dog. With the way it communicates, but that's something for you to watch. But yeah, so Beginners, great film, and honestly my choice for this category.
All right, adds it to the list. David,
I went with Brokeback Mountain.
Marie's judging you. I can see it. I can see her judging
She can
you.
judge. I don't mind. I'm quite an emotional person when I watch films, so I'll feel everything the character wants you to feel, or how the director is, you know, directing you to be feeling in that specific moment, and I'm in with the character's emotions. But I don't cry a lot during movies, like full on bawl my eyes out. The scene where he finds the shirt, and I can't remember the character names at the moment, where he finds his shirt, and then he just breaks down holding his shirt. I was gone. That scene completely, it broke me. I was a broken back.
No.
No, that scene did genuinely break me. I was bawling my little eyes out. And I just think it's a beautiful film. And it's Heath Ledger again. And Heath Ledger is amazing, as we've already established. Jake Gyllenhaal's also amazing in this film.
Ben?
I wasn't at the Marie seminar on all things queer, so I just went with a movie that like opened my eyes to like a world of like of something that I'd never really even like considered before, which was The Birdcage, like just an amazing Robin Williams like performance. I finally get to put one of his movies in here. Like opened my eyes to the world of drag and just like queer culture in general that I'd never really been a part of. So that was like a really important movie to me in that world. Like, and it sort of like it sort of had like an effect of like of just like calmly holding my hand and bringing me into this like this world where like as a kid from the 80s, like, you know, men are men and girls are girls and like no one fucks around without in between, except for when you go to see a pantomime and there's a guy dressed up as a girl. Like you like it's just like it just sort of it immediately is just as a piece of like as a piece of art and media and stuff, just like broke down every stereotype that I'd ever like encountered and did it really gently and really kindly. Like it didn't judge anybody. It didn't like it didn't like, you know, say you're wrong if you think this. It was just like, hey, look, this is just how some people live and that's cool. And I was like, this sounds great. Tell me more about this. So like that to me is actually like a really, really important movie and message that I had, like that I've carried through for the rest of my life, which I'm grateful for.
I wonder how well Ben would have done in the queer quiz.
Interesting.
You need to let me know how many questions you would have gotten right.
You're gonna have to, yeah. When we post it, you're gonna have to go through and see if you beat our scores, mate.
They're not hard to beat. I was being generous.
Ben would be without the buzzer though. The buzzer was a key factor in our.
There was buzzing. Luke.
Rocky Horror Picture Show. I will be honest, my repertoire when it comes to queer movies is not that wide, to be honest. And I'll be honest, I need to widen that net a lot more, and with Marie's help, I'm sure I will. So this was not an easy one for me because I was trying to think of, okay, what queer specifically movies have I seen? And Rocky Horror for me is probably one of the best that I've seen, of the few that I've seen. It's most memorable. I love a musical. I love the whole idea that they are transvestites from the planet Transylvania. I'd happily sing the songs, but I don't want to get copyright with the podcast. But it's just a really, really fun story, idea, concept, and musical. And I need, because I'll be honest, well, I'm not going to give it away. I didn't do well in the quiz, and I need to up my sort of queer watching. So Marie will help me with that. So I will say Rocky Horror, but I'm sure next time it'll be so much more to choose from.
See, I did quite well up to a certain point when the questions were changed and someone started having a hissy fit because they had 0 points. But we'll get on to that in the next episode. My pick, because I'm going to save Marie's for last, because again, she's not answered it correctly, so she needs to explain herself. My pick is Andrew Haig's All of Us Strangers. And kind of like piggybacking off what Ben said, I think with a lot of modern queer films, I think the single greatest thing it can be is, and what people just generally need to kind of be accepting of it is no, this is just a great film, go and see it. And if there's that content in it, it doesn't matter. It's the films. And everyone was telling me All of Us Strangers is one of the most emotionally devastating films of the year and that you'll probably ever see. And I looked who was in it. Right, it's Paul Mescal, it's Andrew Scott, two of the best actors around at the minute. Don't care what the film's about. I'm going to go and see this film. And it was only when I was there, I was like, I think this is the first time I've voluntarily, knowingly gone to see what I would call a queer film of my own volition. You know, before, if I'd gone to see a film, I hadn't even potentially known about it. But just go, I was like, no. And this is what I always sort of say a lot of the time is, in a perfect world, you're going because it's a great film. You're not trying to go just to like to be a tick box exercise, right? You're going because this is an amazing film you want to see. We were talking about some of the other films that we want to see this year, and like next up, I'm going to go and see Leviticus, which is this Australian gay horror film that's coming out. Which again, Marie told us about this, and then it goes the idea that, you know, the people that it's about these two guys, and like the guy, one of them gets possessed, and it's like very obviously traumatic and bad. And I was like, that sounds amazing. And again, that idea of it's the idea of what the film is that I would make me go and see it. And I think we just need to get. I think this is what everyone in media just needs to get. Just get over the labels of stuff. Is it a great film? Is that a great actor? It doesn't matter. Any of the other shit that goes with it. It's just, is the film great? Is the performance great? Is the best one? You've got all the stuff coming out now with getting off piece completely. Blade Runner 29 TV show with Hunter Schafer being cast lead. Yeah, people are complaining about her being cast in that when literally it's about transhumanism. Like, it's insane to me. But that show looks amazing, and I can't wait to see that as well. Oh no, I went to see Cuckoo in the cinema as well, but I didn't realise that but also Dan Stevens. Anyway, brilliant. Moving on. Anne-Marie, your choice. You've picked a person, and I was like, Marie, this is a person, not a film.
Yeah, I just put down Gagstein again because that qualifies for Red, White, and Royal Blue, more than likely Red, White, and Royal Wedding, but also Bottoms. Again, Lesbian Fight Club is just a hilarious movie, and I don't think I appreciated it enough when I saw it the first time because it's one of those movies where you just sit there and going, the fuck did I just watch? Especially the ending. So
crazy.
We can even throw in Masters of the Universe.
We can definitely throw Masters of the Universe in.
So I just put him. Another one that is very often overlooked is a movie called Alex Strangelove, which is a nice coming of age movie. I'm just like, with all of us of strangers aside, because that is a movie about queer loneliness. I am just done with the depressing shit. I'm already gay and depressed enough. I don't want to see that in my media anymore. I just want the happy shit. So and unfortunately, we're still only now just getting the happy shit. Like, everything up till now has been depressing as fuck. So I'm just happy that we're just getting rom-coms.
Next up, we have, what film do you quote most? David.
So mine's a weird one, I think. It's something, again, that, like, when I go out with my friends and we're just talking about random shit, we'll all just randomly go, The Great White Buffalo. The Great White Buffalo from Hot Tub Time Machine. I say that more likely than I'd like to admit. That quote. I'll just go The Great White Buffalo. Essentially, in the film, The Great White Buffalo is a girl that's got away, and it's the girl that you really loved, or like you could have had a future with when you were young, and it's like first love, and that first love that got away. But so I use that in the same context of the film, but for like literally everything else in life. It could be anything. It could be the pizza that you lost that I didn't get to eat the day before.
The Great White Buffalo.
So yeah, it's The Great White Buffalo.
Fair. David, Great White Buffalo, long. Marie.
I went with ones, but I often quote with my brother. Number one is The Big Lebowski, because I just go rug that ties the room together every single time.
It really
Don't fuck
did.
with the Jesus. And, well, that's just your opinion, man, is one that I constantly say. And then the other one is Life Aquatic, because whenever we encounter someone incompetent and someone who can't do their job well, we always just say, so fucking sick of these dolphins. And every time.
I've never heard you say that, which means we're doing something good, guys.
I mean, I don't know if you guys would get it if I would complain about someone at work and just go, so fucking sick of these dolphins. But it's it's something my brother started off when he was complaining about his interns, and now it's just become a thing that we do every time. And then he's got the crazy eyes. It's another one from Life Aquatic that we quote on.
My favourite line right near that is as well, I'm going to fight you, Steve. Just don't tell me after you sucker punched him. Jose.
So I kind of wrote something that I used, but the one that I wish, honestly, that I could use more.
You can change it. You haven't said it yet.
I haven't said it yet. So this is the one that I really wish people would get along with me. It's like, who throws a shoe? Honestly, it's from.
Yes.
It's like, I don't know how many times I've something involving a shoe has been said, and I just be like, who throws a shoe? Honestly. And it just no one gets
that
it.
Really hurt. Who throws his shoe? Honestly. Fucking brilliant.
Yes, thank you. I wish I could just use that all the time, just for random shit.
Well, you can. I'll clip it up, Ben saying that, and you can just play it when you walk around Florida, Jose.
There we go.
Luke.
I've put The Mummy. Patience is a virtue. Not right now, it isn't. I use that a lot. So when anybody's being stupid, I'm straight away. I'm like, not right now, sort of thing. But it does that whole movie's just quotable. Our whole family just quotes that film all the time. Our most recent one, if you ever seen the movie, I Swear, there's a moment in that movie in the courtroom. It goes, "Spunk for milk."
Spunk for milk.
Every now and then, our family would just look at each other and go, "Spunk for milk," and my mom or my brother will go, "Spunk for milk." Again. It's stupid, but it's just something that we just do, and it's become a thing that we don't even say it now. We look at each other and just go like that, and we all know what that means. So yeah.
If you haven't seen I Swear, guys, you have to see I Swear.
It's brilliant.
Because one, it makes that what Luke said less strange and much more, much more homely.
Yes, a lot more homely. But yeah, the Mummy is the one that we quote the most, to be honest. And O'Connor always had more brains than balls, that sort of thing. But yeah, the Mummy for me is probably the most movie that we quote the most. Oh, and also, special mention, Welcome to America, sexual chocolate. Just random, I just shout sexual chocolate every now and then. That boy's good. Sorry.
We're not expecting that. Ben.
This is really hard because movie quotes is like 75% of how I communicate, and it's probably the reason that me and Neil are still friends. Like you mentioned Wayne's World earlier on with the gun rack, like that was that was our like code for like a person's girlfriend that was a little bit insane. We'd be like, oh god, yeah,
because you couldn't say, "Are you mental?"
Yeah. But you also couldn't say to your, like, in front of all your friends, like, "Oh, is he bringing that fucking insane girl he's dating?" We'd be like, "Oh, is gun rack coming?" Like, like it was like it turned into shorthand for stuff. Like it was fucking brilliant. Like,
you'd be out, and like you say, if someone was causing a scene, you'd be like, "A gun rack?
Gun rack?
I don't even own a gun."
It fucking and it's ridiculous. So Wayne's World is ultimately quotable. Anything Simon Pegg and Nick Frost have been in, like both. You've got Red on You from like Shaun of the Dead, like the Greater Good from Hot Fuzz. All like a Hot Fuzz as well, like Bill Bailey's Nobody Tells Me Nothing. Like that pops into my head fucking every day at my job. Nobody tells me nothing. Like all the time. But like weirdly, recently, I was on a tour. We just finished, and we had a new monitor engineer, the guy that mixes all the in-ears and stuff and makes you be able to hear on stage. He and I started like doubling down on like random Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves references. Because he like at one point he said a spoon, and I went, "It's dull, you idiot. It will hurt more." And he went, "Oh my god, you know Prince of Thieves." And we just fucking like God and King Richard. We started doing that on the tour bus. Like it was fucking brilliant. And the other thing that I'm quoting like mad right now is me and my girlfriend's dog, right? As he has the personality, he is like a mini fucking warrior. He's a mini schnauzer. Anytime anybody walks past the apartment, he goes mad. He's barking at the window. Like he's crazy. And we're just like, calm down, stop it. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Just Wally, stop it. And he turns around and looks at us and he gives us this look. And we're like, we decided the other day that he is Jack Nicholson in A Few Good Men. He is at the end of that movie. He turns to us and he says, "You sleep, you live and sleep under the blanket of freedom that I provide, and then you question the manner in which I provide it." That is our fucking dog, and we say that nearly every day now. So,
Wow.
like, this was like impossible for me to choose, but like those are some of the better ones in the repertoire right now.
I mean, we already mentioned, like for me, Wayne's World, just so many of them, so many. And I've already done the gun rack bit. So one other thing that I said loads, I even printed it out on a sign and got in trouble when I worked on the ship for putting it up in our door because there was like a porthole to the door and I had put this sign there and it said, "We're not even supposed to be here today," from Clerks.
Oh, man.
Now, and it's even funny. So I went to see one of Kevin Smith's live podcasts up in London. And I literally got a special shirt like that. It literally said, "I'm not even supposed to be here today." Going to Clerks, right? Except on the train on the way up, people started looking at me and smiling. And then people were like, opening doors. And I realised, oh no, people think I've survived a really horrible disease or something. And I think I've... And I'm wearing this shirt as like a thing like, I'm not even supposed to be here today. I've beaten something. I was like, oh no.
Wow.
I've never worn the shirt since. So yeah,
Seems
that
like
was
it's better for a sign.
Right, next, an underrated film everyone should watch once that you recommend. Jose.
Oh, this one was great. It's 1997's The Game. Michael Douglas, Sean Penn, Deborah Unger. It's a David Fincher film, and it is such a mind fuck. It's like you go into it thinking, oh, it's a simple premise. Oh, okay, interesting, and then things just go haywire, and then surprisingly, like it just ends really well. It just is brought all together.
Does it end well, or does it end surprisingly?
It ends surprisingly well. Yes, and surprising. But yeah, it's just a film that I'm really surprised that more people don't talk about. And it's one of those films that like I watched a few times and then I forgot about it, and then a couple years later I watched it again and I'm like, yeah, this is really good. And the more you watch it, the more you catch. That's the best part. It's a really good suspense movie.
Luke, I see you've just changed yours.
I have, because I've already talked about this movie, so I want to talk about something different. Hundreds of Beavers. It's brilliant. It's absolutely fantastic. I love it because it's basically a live action, black and white, silent movie, but it's also Looney Tunes. So basically, the premise behind it is you've got a lumberjack who's got lost in the woods, and it's like a video game. He has to find different things. He has to find a way to trap animals so he can sell there first to get like new equipment. And each time he gets new equipment, a new thing happens. But in the background, there's people that are dressed up in beaver costumes, and the beavers are doing something. They're collecting wood, and as the story goes on, you start to realize what the beavers are doing. And like again, it's slapstick, it's Looney Tunes, it's black and white. It's one of the best movies I've seen in years, and it's that film that everybody should watch at least once.
And there's hundreds of them.
Because there's hundreds of them. But that's the funny part about it. It was made on a shoestring budget. All the animals are people in costumes. So it's blatantly obvious, but it's just done in a way where, like, I don't care. It's funny. It's so clever. So Hundreds of Beavers. If you haven't seen it, do yourself a favour and watch it.
Underrated movie that everyone should watch, V for Vendetta. Like an absolutely fucking stellar performance from Hugo Weaving, who you don't even notice him because he doesn't take his mask off for the whole movie, and Natalie Portman, and just tons of other fucking people. But it's great. It's a comic book adaptation. It's really, really, really true to the original source. One of my favorite graphic novels of all time. Like, it's banging. It's about people power. It's about like blue collar, like people standing up for themselves. About how like corruption in government can be fought. And it's just wonderful. It's just such a fucking good movie, and I'm surprised when I bring it up that people haven't watched it. Like how many people here have watched it? Show of hands.
I feel like it was like,
yeah, I haven't seen it.
I feel like it was a hit when it came out, and I think.
But it was like it was a hit to us. It was like in our world, in the world of like, because it didn't stay in the movie theaters very long. It didn't get like any press when the DVD came out and stuff. It was really, really tricky one to sort of say whether it was successful or not. But I don't know many people that have actually seen it, apart from 5 of you 6, because Luke didn't put his hand up, but I don't know if he was paying attention.
I will watch it. It is on the list. It came out. I was very young when it came out, so I missed it.
Luke's got an excuse in that he's the youngest of us.
Yeah.
So
it's fair. It's a good excuse.
Not being born.
Time is on his side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I will. I will make an amend.
Marie.
I went with Flo, a cat that made me cry a river of tears, because I think it got critical attention, but it didn't get like.
It won the Oscar, Marie.
Everyone should experience like the beauty of that movie at least once.
That became your whole personality for about 3 months, didn't it?
Yeah, and then K-pop Demon Hunters came out.
I wanted bad things to happen to that cat in Flow.
Oh.
Oh.
Worry me sometimes.
Cat
You
annoyed me.
monster!
It just pissed off everyone else that came on, didn't it? It just caused havoc. Like, did nothing. Did nothing else.
That makes me worry a bit, because I relate to that cat so wholeheartedly. Like, that cat was a reflection of me. Like,
Oh, and after Marie's recommendation, I had to wait because I'd missed it in the cinema, so I ended up getting it on the DVD when it came out. Saw that, and then if I'd waited a week, they had it on the big screen up in London on the canal. So I was walking past, waiting to go to a live podcast, and they were playing Flow outside on a massive screen. and I saw the most perfect symmetry in a shot ever. You've got the cat on the screen and looking at itself in the reflection in the water, and then that whole shot was reflected in the water of the canal at exactly the same time. I was like,
Oh,
I was the Martin Scorsese gif of this is cinema.
Anyway, I went with About a Boy, which is it's just a beautiful film of Hugh Grant in his no longer floppy Hugh Grant phase, taking on or like being a father figure to Nicholas Hoult, who I think was in his first ever movie. A really young Nicholas Hoult. And the dynamic between them and the story that's about it's just really beautiful film. Toni Collette as well is just unbelievable in it. I mean, yeah, she's amazing in pretty much everything. And yeah, like Hugh Grant's great in it, Nicholas Holt's great in it, the music's great in it, and the relationship that they have is great in it. And if you haven't seen it, everyone should watch About a Boy.
I've got two, but I've already mentioned one of them, which is good. I mentioned Walk Hard. If you haven't seen Walk Hard, just watch it. It's one of the greatest comedies of the last 20 years. Not enough people talk about it. But also another musical comedy, and I think I watched this round yours, Ben, probably last time I saw you in person, round your place, years and years ago now, because of your thing. And it was Pop Star, Never Stop Stopping, Happening.
Never Stop Stopping, I think, yeah.
That film, Andy Samberg, Marie's brother, that is literally just the ultimate... It's like the modern day Spinal Tap, but for pop music. Like Bill Hader has so many good roles. The songs are genuinely disturbing and good and really catchy. The Bin Laden song, I mean, holy fuck.
Bin Laden.
That's like peak Sandberg, man, that film. I love it. And again, it's one of these things that kind of Seal, that's how we got his scars.
Yes.
Fucking wolves, man. Fucking wolves. So the last one of this section, the film that made you love cinema. And I think we can coalesce this into one, Ben, for you and me. It's Back to the Future.
Fuck yeah, it is.
It just is.
Absolutely.
That's what we saw when we were kids. And we're like, honestly, this make you laugh, Jose. I was like, what is this place called America? Everything seems really cool.
Totally.
That's what Back to the Future gave us.
Totally. But like also like the idea that like someone like a kid could be like the protagonist, the kid could be the hero. Like that was a big part of it as well. Like the DeLorean, one of the worst cars ever built, looked cool as hell. Like just everything about it, like it wasn't weird for this kid to be hanging out with a fucking like guy that was in his, I don't know, probably if you think about it, you say 60s now, but he was probably in his 40s back then. Like if you think about the discrepancy of like how people look,
hanging out with a 17-year-old school kid, yeah.
And, but he was even younger than that. When he was supposed to be 15 in the movie, I think he's supposed to be really young. Like if you think about where he is in school, like in the US, like he's young, like skateboarding to school, like getting on a skateboard and grabbing hold of the back of a Jeep and going to school. That's the coolest thing I'd ever seen. Like, it was just inspiring that this kid...
The music as well. The music helped with the big lift and did it. The theme.
Huey Lewis and the News, like not one, but two songs in that movie, and which I think, Back in Time is a better song than The Power of Love. But like he played guitar. I was like, fuck, I didn't even know that people could play guitar. I didn't know you could learn to play guitar.
Do you think that subconsciously made you like interested in it? Because I think that I didn't like at the time pick up a guitar, but then it wasn't long afterwards I did for the first time. I was like, just that scene. And what's one of the things you learn to play, but you can't when you start because it's actually quite difficult when you start. It's Johnny Be Good.
That fucking riff is, I can't even play it now. Like I've tried to learn to play it and I've got part way through it and gone, oh, fuck, I'm shit at this. But no, that was it for me. That was everything. It just encapsulated everything that I thought was cool, and then taught me new cool stuff.
And Marie, like how you become hyper obsessed with something. I taped this when it was on TV once, and I would watch it every morning. Not even like every morning for about a year. In however long I had while I was having breakfast before I went to school. Like I remember when one of my mates, John, would come and like knock on the door for us to walk to school. I'd be like, mate, are you watching fucking Back to the Future? I was like, yes, always. Like the tape wore out. When I could afford the VHS, I bought the VHS and I wore that out. It's probably my most watched film of all time. So many so that I could not tell you how many times I've watched it because everything was Back to the Future all the time, always. So moving on from the greatest film of all time, according to me and Ben, David.
I went with Harry Potter, the Philosopher's Stone. It's either between that or Spider-Man. The first Spider-Man film.
No, it's not. Read what it says in the fucking notes. Read what it says in the notes because
No.
this
No.
juxtaposition is my favourite thing about this entire episode. So you
Wait,
better read
hang
that.
on. I'm gonna get on to the second film that I've written there, but I couldn't. What I was gonna say was I couldn't remember the first film I saw in the cinema. The two films. I'm pretty sure I saw Harry Potter because I think Spider-Man came out the year after. So that's why I said Harry Potter here, because it was the first film where I saw in the cinema and I was completely just taken aback by the magic of the cinema experience. And the fact that the film was all about magic and the music, and it all pulls you in to everything. That's where I was like immediately fascinated by wanting to go to the cinema, loving and like what a film is. And then Goodfellas, is what I saw in film class when I was like 14. And Goodfellas is the film where I first realized what cinema could be. You know, what could be done with a film, what could be done with a narrative, what could be done with characters, what could be done with acting, and what acting is, and what like direction is, and everything that's fucking great about a film is what I realized with Goodfellas.
I'm telling you now, this is the only podcast in the entire fucking world where one of the hosts will say that the movie that made them love cinema is Harry Potter and Goodfellas. This is why I fucking love this shit. Well done.
And Luke.
I can't live up to that. I just give up now. No, for me, it's the Iron Giant, and the reason being is behind it. It told me at a very, very young and impressionable age that this is what you can do with a character. It's like, yeah, you've got a giant robot, and yeah, it's animated, but you can still have it. It can still have heart. It can still have soul. Again, like I said, the whole point of this idea for this movie was, what if a gun didn't want to be a gun anymore? And again, when you're young, you don't appreciate that. You don't understand it. But it's a movie that I've watched multiple times as I've gotten older. And I've understood the nuance. I've understood the whole point of it and what it's trying to say, what it's trying to do. So that when I watch it now, I get it. I'm like, this is a movie for kids. It's made for kids, but it isn't. It's a lot deeper than that. And it showed me that you could tell these deep stories no matter what the medium. It could be animation, it could be live action, doesn't matter. If you've got good characters and good story, you will cry, you will get emotional, you'll be happy, you'll be sad. And yeah, I did feel like I watched it at a very young age where I was like, okay, this is what I want from movies. I want to feel. I want to be able to understand the world that I live in better and the characters that are in it, other humans. And for me, that's what I've got from Iron Giant. That's why I love cinema so much, is because of that movie, because of Brad Bird.
And you were worried about following up, David, there, mate.
I know, I'm just really good with words.
Now, Marie.
I went with one that I've again mentioned as well, Spirited Away. This is how good Spirited Away is. I saw this movie in German because I saw it in Germany with my grandmother. And I spent the majority of that cinema trip hiding underneath the seat because that's what I used to do when a movie got too scary. So I saw, I think, maybe only like 70% of the movie, but I don't know if you like go through life and have like a perspective of life and you think of, where did I get that? Like, what shaped that view? What shaped that opinion? And I just had these certain worldviews, and I did not know where it came from until I rewatched Spirited Away when I was like in my teens, and I was like, oh, that's where I got this message, or that's where I got this worldview. It like shaped me and like how I saw the world, how I saw relationships, and then also equally like traumatized me, but like kept my attention all. And then all the fact that I saw this in Germany and my grandmother brought me to see it, and like she wasn't the type of person to do this, and she also wasn't the type of person to pick this type of movie. I don't know why she chose that movie for that day. I think she just read it in the newspaper, but it's also like a memory that I share with her. But yeah, it's just like was an image in my brain that I had for years, and I had no idea where it came from until I rewatched it, and I was like, oh, it's from Spirited Away. That's what I've been seeing like in my dreams like for years, and I didn't know until I remembered that experience.
So no pressure, Jose. After the last 3 eloquent
Yeah. Well, I guess I'm a shill for Spielberg, and I like Jurassic Park. No, I'm kidding. Grew up in the 90s. Jurassic Park came out in 93, and this is aging me. So I was 10 years old. And I think before that, I didn't really watch a lot of movies in the theater. My parents and my uncles would just record movies off of the TV with a VHS tape. And like, just for example, for years or almost a couple decades, I didn't realize
I know
that
this story.
I didn't realize the beginning of Back to the Future had like more than just the DeLorean coming out of the back of the truck. That's where the beginning of the movie started on my dad's VHS. Was Marty seeing the back of the DeLorean, or the DeLorean come out of the back of the truck. And I was like, oh, okay, this is cool. I had no idea who Doc was and how they knew each other. Like, I didn't know that the family was poor in the beginning of the film. I just thought, oh, okay, this is a really nice, clean house at the end. Like, so to see Jurassic Park in the theater, like, was just amazing. The soundtrack, the fact that there was dinosaurs. I was really big into dinosaurs, even though I couldn't pronounce their names. And I have vivid
You
memory.
can't pronounce Marie's name, so it's fine.
Neither
I'm
can
not
you,
the only
Neil.
one. There we go. But I have a vivid memory of loving that movie so much that I went to the store with my mom just to buy the VHS. And that was the very first film I ever purchased, like, or I remember having been purchased for myself. And to have that big of an impact, I think I have to name Jurassic Park is what made me enjoy cinema.
So, one thing that's happened over the course of the podcast is there have been a lot of running jokes. And one thing you and Marie have come up with recently is how you tend to think I overrate stuff. And I'll admit, I'm an overrater. If I come out of the cinema and I've seen a film that's a 4-star film, but I've had a really fucking good time seeing it, I will give it that extra star and I will say it was a 5-star film. And then we'll probably have to read it. So this is the 5 stars before the car park award that I'm presenting, well, to myself. And just to give you a hint, these are the films I have given 5 stars to just this year. Okay, just this year. The Odyssey, Obsession, Masters of the Universe, Send Help, Nirvana the band, the show, the movie, Project Hail Mary, Train Dreams, The Secret Agent, Hamnet, Rental Family, The Bone Temple, Sentimental Value, and Marty Supreme. I can just see David's face already at Marty Supreme because he hated that film.
Were any of those 10-star films though, Neil?
10-star films. Ooh.
We haven't got another 3 hours.
My brain hasn't got the capacity
to debate that.
Well, did you see Ben's confusion there, thinking, well, they're the same thing, aren't they? Not according to Neil, they're not.
We don't have time to get into that.
Hey, we're talking about the lore of the podcast, Neil. I feel like this is pretty strong in the lore of the podcast.
I will say, David, I have re-rated some of these down. I have re-rated them down. I'll agree with you that Masters of the Universe is a 4-star film, not a 5-star film, even though I love it. Nirvana, the band that showed the movie, is just fucking genius. That's staying as a 5, but no one else has fucking seen it. Did you get around to seeing it yet, Ben?
No, I couldn't find it anywhere. Well, after that conversation we had, I looked to download it on that flight and I couldn't find it anywhere.
And you were in Canada.
Oh yeah, but I was in Canada on a fucking on a US IP, so like it just wouldn't work. I couldn't find. I literally couldn't find it. As soon as I want to watch the web series first. I want to watch the whole thing now.
Yeah, it's the greatest thing ever. Now you know about it. Hamnet. I think I've pushed Hamnet down to a 4. Also, because the Saturday Night Live UK sketch kind of made me think, oh, okay, yeah, it was. I can't take it seriously now. Rental Family is probably a 4 as well, not a 5. The Bone Temple, again, for the Iron Maiden scene, the second number of the beast kicked in.
4.5 is a score, Neil. Just saying. Like, 4.5 is a 9 out of 10 here. Okay, that's the whole point of the star system.
Let's just agree, Neil Maps has become a thing on the podcast. Neil's rating system has become its own beast within the podcast.
I guess as a transition, if it has a rock song, it automatically gets an extra star. If it has a rock,
not always, not if it's not really, not if it does deserve to be there.
No.
Right,
I have
I remember Alien Earth, like.
Sorry, but Alien Earth, it was at the end of every episode, and each song keyed in perfectly to what you had just sent in that episode. So no, it's almost like wrong on that. Give you an example that's something where it doesn't work. Then Supergirl, I liked the film, didn't hate it, thought it was fun, thought it was fine. Villain was a bit pants. They have wet legs, catch these fists in it. I love that song. Like last year, I had that on fucking repeat so much, but it just didn't work in the film. It felt so one note on first base. I was like, it's a fight scene near the start. It's literally like, okay, it's just when someone picks a song, right, and they've gone for the most obvious reason to pick the song, and there's no more inherent meaning than, oh, it's a song about fighting. Yeah, let's stick it in. Oh, it's by a band with a girl singer. Yeah, let's stick it in. That's literally, I think, the thought process that went into picking that song. And also, the song's been out for a year, so it wasn't even really relevant if they were trying to do that for it.
Well, that doesn't really count for anything, though, does it? Because there's songs that have been out for much longer that you've really. I remember you getting an absolute hard on over the fucking Guardians of the Galaxy 3 trailer because they used the Beastie Boys. And you were just like, oh, it's a fucking perfect song.
No, because
no,
I disagreed on that, mate.
No, we talked about something else, and you were just like,
Brothers.
no, if they hadn't, no, or was it the Guardians of the Galaxy 3, or was it something else that had already used Beastie Boys?
Ben, the argument was, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, they use No Sleep Till Brooklyn. That song has great song. It means literally nothing, though, in the context of using it in Guardians of the Galaxy, other than it's a good song to cut an action scene to. And then they used it in Super Mario Brothers. Where are they from? Brooklyn. It made sense. It made more sense in Super Mario Brothers.
But your point is it's a really, you don't like it when people like shoot ducks in a barrel, like ducks shoot fish in a barrel. Like you don't like it when it's easy. You say you
shoot ducks.
People shoot ducks in barrels. Right? Shut up. You don't like it when it's an obvious link, unless it's
Not
your
always.
obvious link. So your Super Mario Brothers one is like No Sleep Till Brooklyn. Oh yeah, they're from Brooklyn. That's really great. But what was it you just said about Supergirl? Oh, it's a girl band and it's about fighting. Isn't that almost exactly the same comparison that you've just made? Yes, it is.
My
The
head,
answer that you're looking for there. and what they should have done, and what we did come up with that I agreed with Guardians of the Galaxy 3, when you started talking about that, I went, surely they should just use Intergalactic, right? If they were going to go into Beastie Boys. And you were like, oh my God, that's so good. And I was like, but that is, again, a really simple fucking A plus B equals C, like, Neil math. And don't get me wrong.
But that's not used as much in Intergalactic, is it?
It's
No
not.
Sleep Till Brooklyn's been used how many times?
Like 5 or 6. It's great, whatever. But
Hey, if it works.
If it works, it's great. But there are obviously moments where it doesn't work, and I do agree with you. But going back to 5 stars of rating, I do feel like I'm with everybody else here. Is you would give a shitty movie an extra 1.5 or 2 stars if you believed in halves. I don't know what your problem with halves is. If it had a soundtrack,
Don't believe in halves; they're not real.
Oh, easy, Tiger. If you had a song in a movie that you think fits with a moment in that movie, it literally audio describes what's happening, you're just like, oh yeah, there it is. There's the Neil extra star. I'm fucking having it. And that's great. You should absolutely be able to do that. But what you shouldn't do is give everybody else shit for noticing that you do that.
No, they give me shit for noticing it.
Mic drop.
Yes.
Boo. Anyway, moving on. Marie, but is it gay? Your catchphrase de jour for most things we bring up to talk about on a podcast in recent times.
For the film, TV show, or character that Marie absolutely had to ask the question about, but also what show or movie would she have enjoyed more if it was gay?
I mean, the most recent is the World Cup.
What?
Explain. You guys on about fucking football for 6 weeks. And yes, it would have been way better if it was gay.
Marie was shipping Bellingham and Haaland hard.
Yep, secret rivalry.
Bunch of men chasing balls. Sounds pretty gay to me.
Next up, we have the fictional husband of the century. Marie, I would like you to reveal for us your top 3 definitive fictional husbands.
So, might find a trend here. These are the loves of my life. I've got husbands and I've got loves of my life. These are my loves of my life. So, number 1 is The Flash, but animated, DC. Yeah, it's kind of awkward since we spoke about live action. No, animated, DC, Wally West. Second of all, it is Steve Harrington, because he's just, I love him so much. He's the perfect man in my mind. And then a new addition to the group. He has arms that could bench press me, but also can bake, and that is Luca from The Bear, because that's one slice of man right there. So
You had one more that technically isn't from a TV show or a film.
well, one beats them all, but Neil said he doesn't count because he is from a game and not from a TV or film yet.
Hence
and
yet,
this
which is
the
why
person that like Chatsunami pointed this out in our AI episode that I would burn down the world for. Like One Wish Willow, fuck the consequences. I will leave you all to die just so I can be with him. And that is Garrus Vakarian from Mass
I
Effect.
agree with this one.
He is the love of my life. No man, no woman, no anyone could compare. Like my future partner needs to be like even just at the same level as Garrus. Like that is the benchmark for me. No one can top Garrus. He is just the perfect person, alien, and no one can beat him.
They need to be calibrating the whole time. Not many people get that reference.
Music to my ears, Luke.
I know.
Now, Ben, I'm presenting this one to you. This is not directly to you, but this is the My Friend Told Jared Leto to Fuck Off award, and also coupled with I met Keanu Reeves and he was awesome as you would expect award. So even though it wasn't you, I remember you telling us the story. You was backstage at a festival, Leto was there being a dickhead, and one of your friends went, oi, fuck off, mate.
Kinda, yeah. It was kind of what happened. He was like, so backstage. They have these things called these pass sheets. Has every single pass that is valid to go backstage, right? And it could be a wristband, it could be a laminate, it could be anything. There was a picture next to this pass sheet of Jared Leto's face, and it basically said if this person walks up to you, basically his face was his pass, is what they're saying, and it happens quite often. People don't want to be stopped; they don't want to be stopped at security because they want to walk straight through. Anywhere that you get hung up, people can like jump on you and just be like, "Can I take a picture? Can I do this?" Blah blah. Anyway, he was doing his strut backstage with some of the biggest fucking security guards you've ever seen in your life. And he barged past my buddy who was doing interviews and stuff for like a TV station at the time. And my mate just went, fuck off, man, watch out. Like, didn't even know it was him. And as he got further away, Leto just turned around and he was, what did you say? And he's still walking and he's still got these massive security guards with him. And my mate was just like, yeah, whatever, man. Like, and he was like, what did you say? Come over here, say that. And just like telephone tough guy. The further away he got, the tougher Leto became. Like, and then by the end of it, it was just like, he was like yelling at him, just like, fucking, oh, kick your ass, fucking whatever, man. And my buddy was like, yeah, whatever, dude. It was the very next day that he was announced as the Joker. And the coolest thing about the story for me was just like, dude, you just told the Joker to get fucked. That was cool. But that's
the worst Joker to get
the
fucked.
worst Joker as well, yes. What was the other part of that? I met Keanu Reeves and he was awesome award. He was. Yeah. He was backstage. Dogstar were playing Download this year, festival in the UK. Our dressing room was dead opposite theirs. Like, he just hung out. Oh. Like, he got there. You could tell that he was like trying to be incognito as much as he possibly could. Like, this is more about the band. There are two other people in this band. Like, the whole time leading up to it, I was like, if I see Keanu Reeves, man, I'm going to get a fucking excellent picture, or like, say, pub quiz, hot shot, or something fucking cool. And like, he was so gracious and so nice to everybody, even though you could see he was fucking exhausted. Like, he was trying to give the spotlight to the rest of his band. Like he was on FaceTime at one point, clearly to talk to a member of his family, and people came over to him and said, oh, I'm really sorry, I'm not going to get this opportunity again. And he was like, guys, I'm really, really sorry. I'm just talking to someone in my family right now. And he finished his call, and then he gave them all some time. And I was like, the biggest gift that I can give to him right now in this moment is to leave him the fuck alone. Like, he's been such a huge part of my like movie and like pop culture growing up, that like, it would cheapen the whole experience for me if I went up to him and was just like, hey, I know you're playing in the band, but can you take a picture of me because I think your movies are cool? So I just left him to it. We shared a bit of a nod. All right, mate, how's it going? Sort of like backstage sort of thing that happens. And I was just like, you know what, that's fine. That'll do.
Oh, nice, man.
Cool award.
The two absolute extreme ends of being an actor and being a rock star.
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
One's a massive cunt, and one is one of the nicest people you could even meet. Pretty much. So, yeah. This is Luke's Voice of Reason Award for the time when things got a little bit heated and ironically in a bit of a rivalry way. In our multiple quiz episodes, Luke has tried to calm things down by saying he was just happy to be here.
And I am.
Luke. That's not even really a question. It's just an award. It's just Luke is like the calming balm in the middle of when it.
He's the
when it all
beautiful
kicks off.
soul that brings
I've brought
the
my
house
own
down.
winner medal.
There you go.
There we go.
Perfect.
Thank you
Which
very
is
much.
why I worried the other day when Luke said he hated something. I was just like, "Fuck, we corrupted him.
You're getting pretty close.
Like him.
Our negativity has rubbed off."
One thing Jose brought up that it's pronunciation. We're not good in our pronunciations on the We Need a Road podcast. Me and David, we offended the Irish a lot in our early days. So much so that one of David's ex-co-workers literally recorded a voice note for us to tell us how to pronounce Barry Cohen. And even now, I'm still not sure that's right.
I don't think it is.
No,
I don't think it is. Well, I thought it was Keegan, but I'm not sure on this.
That's not how you pronounced it at the time. Pronounced it? It's fucking hell. You got me doing it now. We've been doing this 4 hours.
I know. We're almost there. We're almost there. Got a couple left.
Do we get
We
to
next
mention
have-
Saoirse Ronan at all? I just wanted to say her name.
sorry.
Saoirse
Say
You
what?
want to try that
name?
again?
Saoirse Ronan.
Saoirse Ronan.
Saoirse Ronan. See, give her lots of
Yeah,
credit.
you said it after we'd all said it 18 million times.
Isn't that the
Jose.
song by The
I
Knack?
didn't say.
Saoirse Ronan.
Saoirse Ronan. Right, next up, the Accidental Catchphrase Award. Some of these are catchphrases, some of these are just
Accidental?
general shit that we've done a lot of time. Well, it's not really accidental when I say Jose, eat a bag of dicks, is it? And except for that one time when I said it so many times, David then started looking up bagofdicks.com
Yes.
and it's an actual website.
Of
Well, you
course
can
it
buy-
is.
We could buy Jose a bag of dicks. Like,
Yeah. And you
Ship it
can
to
eat
him.
them
That are
on
actual
air.
snacks.
I almost did, but I felt that was too mean.
No, I'd love it. I
Oh.
would bring it on to the
You
show.
would love
I
eating those
shouldn't
bag
really
of
be
dicks,
wasting
Jose.
my money on that.
That is
Oh.
true.
I would pay you back.
So yeah, we've had Jose eat a bag of dicks. We've had But Is It Gay for Marie. We've had Fuck You David, which was generally on any quiz episode that David was hosting. We've had David's dad jokes. We've had Jose, you come up with lots of times, oh, here's a fun fact. And sometimes they're not fun. And
Fun
sometimes you forget
facts,
they're not even a fact, just a statement. Also, your constant penchant for interrupting my intros almost and outros almost all the time. We've also got
I know
David
nothing of what
randomly
you mean.
joining.
the interruptions, man. How did you not have that on there?
Right,
The Jose interruptions.
that's actually the most perfect example of an interruption there. Actually,
You're welcome.
Jose has written this one in that I didn't see on the script earlier, and it's why we said why should Marie have all the fun? And I'm sure over the years, more than a few of us, yes, me, might have mentioned how they watch some actresses read the phone book. Yes, Rebecca Ferguson. So here you are. We each get to pick our top 3 fictional wives. And I've picked, obviously, Rebecca Ferguson. I've also got Samara Weaving on the list. And yes, I was a bit obsessed by Nibs from Alien Earth for some reason. Also, how could I forget the Pew, who we literally termed the Pew TM and dropped her first name?
You.
David, you didn't fill this in, but also you may get to abstain on grounds of marriage.
Yeah, I choose Chris Hemsworth.
Okay, Ben.
So I don't agree that we should change gender just because it says just because we're guys. I think we should all have fictional husbands. So mine is Ryan Reynolds, Chris Hemsworth, and David Tennant. They are
Yeah.
Three
slices. One's fucking hilariously funny, and can put up with fucking what's her face. You know,
Yeah, we know who you mean. We know who you mean.
Another one is just a slab of man meat, and the other one has incredible hair that can do anything and acts probably as well as he does. You can figure out which ones of those is which.
I didn't think David Tennant was that buff.
Yeah, there you
No,
go.
but he's a very handsome man.
Okay, well, Jose, and I put don't be weird, and you haven't been, so yeah. You did keep me giving shit about age appropriate, and you definitely went age appropriate, so yes. Well done, Jose.
Well, now I got to do husband award. So
No, you can do
Yeah.
both.
no, I
Pick
like
your
this.
picks,
I like this.
and then
Let's
pick
be
a husband.
honest.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, who was it? Damn it! I'm not good at this. I can't think on the fly.
Well, I mean, I'm going to throw mine in. Obviously, I would go Ethan Hawke.
For all three.
That's not a surprise.
Yeah, all three.
I'll go Chris O'Dowd as well.
No.
I think he's
O'Dowd?
I think I'd have a
You know what? Chris Pine has a really cool mannerism. Like he
look
has
at
a
all
cool
the
vibe.
Chris's.
All the
What's the
Chris's
name?
are
Wow,
pretty
not,
damn good.
not all the Chris's now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Here's the third one. I got Stanley Tucci
Nice.
bringing in the style
Yeah.
and the grace of Stanley Tucci. That's my third right there.
I'm gonna go Jonathan Bailey as my third.
Oh, nice. Sadly, David has a better chance with him than I do.
He got that bulge. You see that bulge in Jurassic Park?
Oh,
Everyone saw that. in
Everyone saw
Jurassic
the
Park.
I sent the screenshot of the bulge. Like, come on. Give me some credit.
For mine, I can only think of one male, which is Michael Sheen. I don't know why. I just like Michael Sheen. I think just think about him.
I think you two would make a very nice couple.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very nice.
And him in Underworld. Pretty good as a werewolf.
Oh yeah.
Underrated role.
Isn't his performance from that very similar to his performance in Tron Legacy as well?
Yes.
No.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. I'm just thinking about Michael Sheen now. Also, I'd have Spike from Buffy because that guy made me question my sexuality multiple times. So I'm like, I'm not gay, but I might be.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I'm
You're like a bad boy, huh?
Yeah, I was just like, I don't know. There's this thing about Spike. I was just like, every time I spoke, I was like, I love him. I didn't like Angel, so those would be two I would choose. I can't think of a third, to be honest. As for my sort of female side, Jennifer Tilly, number one. I've had a crush on her since I was younger. She's just gorgeous.
Bride of Chucky?
Bride of Chucky, that's where it started. And then I saw her in Liar Liar and everything else. And I was like, oh my God, I love this woman. The Pew, of course. God, I love The Pew. She's brilliant.
I love The Pew.
And again, most people might disagree with me with this, but Amy Lou Wood, I just like
no disagreement.
Ever since I saw her in Sex Education, I just love her charisma and she's just hilarious, and everything she's done in Sin, she's just been amazing, beautiful, and just so talented.
So, as we reach 200 episodes, what are our top 5 most popular episodes, you might ask? Well, David, at number 5, it was you and me doing 28 years later, The Good, the Bad, and the Dong. Yes, all hail the Alpha Dong. The one episode where me and David said the word dong so many times that we did a supercut trailer and it was almost in the hundreds. Also one of our most popular trailers for some reason. Number 4, we have the top 10 cancelled TV shows of all time, and it was the most comments we'd ever received on our social post for it. Because I literally put at the time when I was trying to and we'll put your comments in the episode, and we got a ridiculous amount. It was stupid. And 70% of those comments were from angry Lockwood and Co fans. So it was just like the perfect symmetry of mentioning that right after that show had just been cancelled. Episode 3 is from early this year, and it was one we titled, We Came for Pirates, We Stayed for the Booty. And it was One Piece Season 2. And One Piece is massive. And again, Marie had I think you had an adopted husband and son in that show, did you not?
True. Oh my God, you're right. I forgot about Sanji. Also another chef. And with legs for days. And Chopper, my son.
Chopper, your son. And then at number 2, by the power of Grayskull, our most successful episode this year, and definitely dropping on Prime didn't help double the numbers in the last week, because it definitely did. Masters of the Universe. I think also I found that if you post the links on Twitter to people who were bigging it up, that I just started spamming people and no one told me to fuck off. So I was like, brilliant. I'm just going to keep doing that though. It also sounds like Amazon doesn't care the fact that it didn't make as much money as it's supposed to have, and they are plowing ahead with the spin-offs and sequels. So yay, more He-Man, more She-Ra, but most importantly, more Fisto. Number 1, no funny quips, no banter, no clever titles. One of the most devastating TV series that Netflix has ever produced. Our number 1 episode of all time is Adolescence. And that felt more like a therapy session than a regular episode. I'm guessing this episode did really well for us because we covered it really early on, and then it became even bigger in America as the year went on. And I just checked the other day, and it's like by far and away the most popular episode we've ever done on the podcast. So
we got deep on that episode as well, man. There was emotions that were shared. It was a good episode.
It was popular, very popular. Speaking of popular, thanks to Marie, we started doing short videos. She forced us to do short videos with varying degrees of success. Well, let's start. At number 5, our most popular short was 28 years later, the Dong Cut trailer, which is literally just every cut of me and David with a different version of the word dong or penis for about a minute and a half. It's a masterwork, truly is. Number 4, our Wuthering Heights preview from the preview episode at the start of the year, Jose. And I think, Marie, you was with us on that, wasn't you? No, preview one. Luke. It was me, Luke, Jose, and Claire on that one. That was it. At number 3, we've got our Starfleet Academy Season 1 trailer, which, again, I think that's timing because that episode came out the fucking day it got cancelled. And we're like, you mothers. Number 2, Marie, you'll be very pleased to know, is What to Watch If You Loved Heated Rivalry. And number 1, still far and away our most popular YouTube short, currently at 7.7 thousand views, was your first ever YouTube short where you went, here's how you do a reaction video to a trailer. And your reaction video, first ever short for our channel, is still the most popular thing we've ever had on there for Murderbot. So, yes, just proof that Murderbot is also very, very popular. I was going to mention our TikTok top 5, but honestly, there's no point because our TikTok is basically whatever Marie wants to talk about. And generally her just having repeated nervous breakdowns over Has Been Hotel, Heated Rivalry. Our most popular video on TikTok, and it is insane the amount of numbers this is, especially compared to the amount of work you've put into other videos for that channel compared to what you did for this. It just shows you that social media, no one knows. It is a slow motion video of Marie turning around and screaming for about 8 seconds, maybe, to a big reaction to what happened in an episode of Has Been Hotel, and it has 134,000 views. There's no point even making a top 5 here because it is just all Marie. You would have to go down to number 20 in our list of TikToks to find the first video that has anyone else in it. And to be fair, David, that is you and me discussing how you would get shot on the long walk by pooing yourself.
That was a good video.
That was also very good.
Yeah, I need a poop. On Instagram, you've not mentioned one of Marie's
you run on
video-
Instagram, David. Please tell me.
One of Marie's videos on Instagram got 51,000 views.
Wow.
Which was
What was it about?
The Odyssey one. One of the Odyssey ones.
Our
The
series.
Second one was 29,000, which is also another Odyssey one. So there's good numbers there with the Odyssey.
I'd just like to thank some of our pod friends over the years, as we mentioned earlier at the start, which seems like about 3 days ago. I'd like to thank our first ever guest, crime writer Charlie Gallagher. You can find his books everywhere. I'd like to thank Kobe and Helen over at Flixwatcher, who had me and David guest with them. Sarah over at Popcorn Chat. The guys over at Seismic Cinema and Seismic Soccer. Sean over at Review Yourself, who I've guested on to talk Gremlins, which I'm still angry about you, Luke. Cast Me to Hell, who we've guested with a couple of times. Em over at Verbal Diorama. Cassie, the movie mermaid on Twitter.
Hello, everybody at the We Needed Roads podcast. This is Satsunami from the Chatsunami podcast. And I just want to say a huge congratulations to all of you over there on reaching the 200th episode milestone. That is absolutely fantastic. You are an inspiration to podcasters. Here is to 200 more.
Final question, everyone. What has being part of We Needed Roads meant to you? And I'm going to start, so then you guys can get through it. Honestly, I think this kept me sane during COVID. And through the last few years when I was struggling with work and all the mental health shit that goes along with jobs and modern life, whenever shit was going on, this podcast, for a couple of hours, whenever we recorded, you could forget about everything else. You could forget what shit had gone on in the day and whatever you was worried about in like work or personal. And he's like, I have a couple of hours to just chat with my mates about shit I like, about stuff that is fun, about stuff that is going to take me away and take my mind off any other bollocks that's going on in the world. And I said, I think I've said this in the past, that even if we didn't record this as a podcast, we'd probably still get together for this. Well, we do it with our WhatsApp group where we just chat daily about what we're watching. And then from that now springs what we want to talk about on the podcast, even if I do dictate it sometimes because I'm not editing shit that I'm not interested in because it's too long and I don't have as many hours in a day. But yeah, I think we'd still get together for these weekly chats or fortnightly chats, even if we weren't doing a podcast, just to like see people. And it's so cool that we're all in different countries and we still get to do this. So yeah, that's my what I love about the podcast, guys. Ben, to you, your first appearance in a year and a half, mate.
I know, a year and a half is wild, isn't it? I don't know, like in the first
You've been a busy man.
Like I can't help that. So just hanging out with what I've put on my notes as mostly like-minded people. So the thing I've most enjoyed about the podcast is just hanging out with what I've written in my notes here is mostly like-minded people who are passionate and open-minded and not really just about movies, it's about everything, you know, like it is lovely to have conversations with people that have no agenda other than talking about what we're talking about. And like, you know, anyone talking about art in a forum like this is always a breath of fresh air. Like, I'm lucky enough to have a job that I love in the music industry, where I'm also surrounded by people that have a shared passion. So this just reflects that, and it really is great. Just like laughing about stuff we agree on or not, which is even funnier sometimes, and sharing that with people we'll probably never ever meet, like in the wide, in the big wide world. It's just one of the best uses of the power of the internet to bring people together. And it's like, it's bringing us together as friends, and it's bringing us to like-minded people, and maybe not like-minded people, out in the World Wide Web. But I just think it's like, it's a special thing, and I'm really stoked to be a part of it. So thank you for having me.
What's it meant to be to me? God, it's been 4 hours. I'm knackered. Sorry. To be honest with you, it's to be part of a community. Like Ben said, it's just be part of the like-minded people. Generally, when day-to-day life, when you talk to anybody, like, oh, what do you think of that movie? It was all right. Yeah, but what do you really think about it? I like so and so. It's hard to get a decent conversation with anybody about anything nowadays. So to be part of a group of people that love or dislike or hate or whatever, we'll have different thoughts, but we all don't judge each other. We just talk about the things that we love, i.e. movies or whatever, and we just have a laugh. We chat, like I said, basically every day on WhatsApp. Marie and Jose have their late night chats, and we all wake up in the morning like, Jesus Christ, 207 messages. You have to catch up with everything. So it's gone from talking about movies to just talking with friends and be like, oh, what you watching? Oh, I love that. You want to talk about it? Great. Yeah, let's talk about it next week. So forth. And I love that. And that's kind of the whole point of going to podcasting, was just to find like-minded people who also want to talk about the things that I love too. So, and to be brought into this group that I'm still finding my feet. I know that you said I'm part of it. I'm still feel like the outsider, so I'm slowly getting more comfortable. I just like it. It's really nice, and I appreciate being welcomed in. And I'm still saying squatters' rights, but I'm sure eventually that will be taken off me. So I just want to say
when the next person suddenly joins,
which it will happen. I know it will. We'll find somebody like Claire will just come in out of nowhere and be like, "Hi, Claire," from the We Need Roads. Almost We Need Roads podcast, from the W Rated podcast. So yeah, I just really appreciate it. And I want to say thank you to you guys for taking me on and just being like, yeah, we'll have Luke. So I appreciate that.
So I think we all see a trend going on with how we appreciate that we can talk with each other, not just about pop culture, but our lives. And we've alluded to the WhatsApp and the notes that we share. And I think that's really what I got the most out of this, is some really, truly great friends that I've been able to make on this podcast. Neil went from just someone I used to work with to someone I talked to. And here's the craziest thing is, if you know me outside of this podcast, I don't banter nearly as much as I do with this group of people. Like, I'm just a nice guy. We have regular conversations, and Neil has really gotten a side of me that though the chaos that I bring in this is not what most people would probably expect from me in real life. So for me to be just able to be myself in a way, to find a side of me, to just be comfortable enough to be a goofball, and just throw in random crap to the show, that's something that I really appreciate. And just also have these friends that I get to talk to on WhatsApp, whether I want to or not sometimes, but like, it's really interesting to hear different perspectives from people outside the US, and to get the perspective that I may not have seen otherwise. And I do hear a lot about sports ball that I won't ever really get into, but no, I think that's something that I'll treasure, even if we stopped after this, honestly. So that's what I get out of it. We're not stopping.
Jose,
We're not stopping.
Jose threatening to quit.
Letter.
That was plot twist. And Marie.
Yeah, it's kind of fitting that we're recording this during the summer, because this is how I would spend my summers as a teenager. I hated school. Absolutely terrible. Couldn't wait until summer holidays hit. And then the second summer holidays hit, I went online and I downloaded top 10 movies you need to watch before you die. Top 10 rom-coms you need to rewatch. I downloaded, looked at all the Oscar winners of that year. And so then when I would come back from summer holidays, I would also catch up with all the movies that I missed in cinema that year, because I was a shy teen and I didn't want to go to the movies on my own. So when I would come back and everyone was like, oh, what do you do for your summer holidays? I would use, as you say, oh, you know, saw my grandparents, but mostly I spent watching movies. And like, there was never just that shared passion, like Luke said, like everyone was just like, oh, that's nice. Or even if I had a conversation about film with someone, I would just go, oh yeah, and the CGI was amazing, but didn't you think there was this plot hole there that really bothered me? And they kind of just look at me blankly and go, eh. And so other than the time when I lived with my flatmate Laura, who gave me my Thing DVD, this is the first time ever that I had a group of friends just to talk about film and TV. And also, I made this realization a few years back that when I was going through the meta drama, which you guys were all front row seats to, that this was the first time that I had a group of friends where I could be 100% myself. I did not have to edit or hide parts of my identity for people just to make them more comfortable with my existence. So there's that, and yeah, but honestly, I just love film. I just love TV, and it's a passion that I've had for so long. Like, majority of the time we don't agree on it, but what we do agree on is that like going to the cinema is a great experience. Watching a show at the end of the day to wind down is like our preferred way to like end the day, and that's like a great group to be part of.
I know, I feel a lot of pressure now.
No
But I've
pressure
gotta
at all.
say something really deep and profound.
And eloquent. Or you could just break winds, you know.
Yeah, for 15 minutes.
Call back.
No, I think I started this episode by saying that we started the podcast as I sort of thought it a really good thing for you to do to help you with your stress and everything like that. And that was kind of half true because it was also for myself to try and as like a way of dealing with the everyday stuff at work and stuff. So it's really helped me with my like mental health struggles and everything like that at the time. It's also been like the one constant through some really major life changes that have happened to me since we've been going. Like we started the podcast and it was in my shittier flat somewhere that I hated, and like we've moved, me and my wife got engaged and married, and we got a dog and we had a kid, and getting to hang out with like my friends and talk movies and shit for like not normally 4 hours. It's been the one constant that's been there throughout, and I think it's genuinely touching that like Marie said that she can be like herself like around us, like around me, I think that's like a genuinely lovely thing. And I sort of like hide a lot of emotion and stuff in like trying to be funny, like trying to say something funny or witty or anything like that. So I'm not necessarily myself all the time. So I think it's lovely that like Marie is comfortable enough to be like that. And it's just nice getting to hang out with everybody and chat and talk movies and shit and wake up to 150 messages from Marie and Jose having midnight talks.
Hey, for the record,
we have slowed down.
You know what?
Started DMing each other.
Ben, you've 100% muted this chat. How many unread messages do you currently have?
Let's have a look.
Dun, dun, dun.
And for the record, there's been days where I'll wake up and there's like 100 messages. Not as often, but
no. What's the guesses, everyone? What's the guesses? I'm thinking it's full on in the thousands.
Easily in the thousands.
It's like
I'd say
tens of thousands.
I'd say like 22,500 is my number.
He did make an appearance a few weeks back.
Oh yeah,
but that was like a good few months ago.
Yeah,
now.
hundreds of
notifications
a day.
No, I don't think 80,000. I'm going to go like 12,000.
I'd say 22,500.
Yeah, 1,500.
All right, so I've got to add some onto the end here because there was that little gap, but we were currently sitting at 3,746.
Wow.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, if you could just catch up on those, mate, then you'll be ready to start the podcast.
I'll see you in
Get
100
reading, yeah.
episodes. Yeah.
You don't need to watch the Odyssey. We live it.
Perfect segue as always, Luke. That brings us to the end of our Odyssey length. Actually, no, this podcast was longer than the Odyssey. Our 200th episode of the We Needed Roads podcast. I would like to thank all my co-hosts here today and everyone. Let people know where they can find you on the socials. David.
You can find me on Instagram at We Needed Roads, and you can find me on Blue Sky at Long D at Blue Sky. Ben's not heard that yet. Ben, I've already
And he
made
didn't laugh.
I've already made
That was
so
a
many
joke.
jokes about it.
That was a joke we should have
it's-
added in the awards.
It is
Long
just
D.
my name.
Yeah,
I promise you, it is just my
It took me
name.
a second, but I got there.
That's what
I
she
mean,
said.
I'm not lying either, but it is just my name.
Moving on. Jose, where can people find you? Can you remember the name of your website? You've had about 100 episodes.
Yes. So my website is jlopezphotos.com. You can find my photography Instagram on at Jose Lopez Photos. And then my personal account is A Spanish Joe. I was going to say .com, but that's not Instagram.
Luke, tell us about your podcast as well.
My podcast is a variety podcast where I talk about all things movies, books, and video games. Primarily books and movies this year because I haven't had the free time to play a lot of new games. But I like to talk about the hidden gems. I like to talk about movies that either don't get a look into that nobody else talks about, or movies that I feel like need defending. Kind of like the Johnny Depp Charlie Chocolate Factory movie, for example. I really love it, but I understand why people don't like it. Movies like that. So you can find me on Spotify, Apple, YouTube at the Howdy Beans podcast. You can also find me on short form content on Twitter. Well, I am on Twitter, but I don't use it much anymore. Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Just type in Howdy Beans podcast and you'll find me there.
Anne-Marie, where can people find you?
You can find me underneath the handle Life on Mars. That is TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, and now Substack.
And Ben, you don't like people knowing where you are. You're an international man of mystery. So,
Well, my Instagram's set to private because I get so many fucking weirdos trying to hit me up for free tickets for stuff, and I cancelled Facebook because it's an echo chamber of bullshit. But like, if you want to hang out with me, just come and see me at the We Needed Roads podcast. Like, this is where I hang out. This is my vibe. Also, I forgot about Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Ah, the fuck was I doing?
and if you want more We Needed Roads nonsense, you can find us, well, everywhere. We're on Twitter at Needed Roads, Instagram at We Needed Roads, and TikTok at We Needed Roads Podcast. And you can follow me personally at Neil_Gregory78 on Instagram and Threads, where, as I always say, Threads is my favourite social media echo chamber at the minute because it's just people being positive about stuff they like. And I did a post about the second episode of Star Trek Strange New World Season 4, and it's breaking my phone. Jose, I even screenshotted out the bit that people thought was a spoiler.
Thank you.
Not you. It is breaking my phone as literally it has gone up by 10,000 views since we started this podcast. Although the podcast has been on for about 4 days. We Need Roads is available on all major podcast platforms. We love it you subscribe to us on YouTube and Spotify. And we'll see you all again soon. Very soon.
Yay!
We Needed Roads.
What are you looking at, butthead?
So much pressure when there's 4 other people, man.
You got a guest as well.
I can turn around. I don't have to look at you. You know.
Hi, and welcome to a special episode of what? Jose. God damn it, Jose. Oh, what was there? A
You're
reason?
like
What was the reason?
hyping yourself up, like. All right.
He was getting in the mood. He's getting into character.
Wax on, wax off.
I've got a lightsaber. Can I go and get it?
You should hold it to the bottom because I think that's where the sound comes in best.
Is it in your buttons?
Oh, there it is. That's the sound.
Can I get Jedi mind wipe then, please?
This is not the show you were looking for.
Lesbian necromancers in space.
Wonderful. Sold.
Oh, shit gets dark. You're just like, holy fuck.
Then we're going to dive into spoilers as we talk the MCU with Motherfucker.
Are we? I love Motherfucker.
No, Jose, we've got 40 movies to go get through. If they want to keep this brief, let them keep this brief.
I'm being hypercritical because I know the quality of Ryan Coogler's work.
This is his best film for me.
I like Black Panther better. Oh wait, the ending sucked on that one. Never mind.
I wanted to get the tier list done at the beginning, so I didn't have to do this while I'm on Zoom with you guys.
Have an American flag as your background, Jose.
I feel like within 3 minutes of the start of the record, Marie's gonna curse someone out.
Oh mate, it's happened already.
Second Neil joined the chat.
No, seriously, where's the list though? I don't see a list.
In the chat, Jose.
It's in the
What's
chat.
We needed roads?
Yes.
Yes.
You know what? I'll take it back. I think Jose will be the one that doesn't know how to do the tier list. Jose, it's just a big dick. That's all you need to know.
It's not like you've had 26 minutes, Jose.
I just thought of it. There we go. Now I look a little fancier.
I don't even want to get into it. Ladies and gentlemen, David performing Mike Oldfield's Tubular Bells with his mouth.
Okay, I should probably say goodbye now. What are you on about? It's a fucking Christmas show. You just mentioned Nazis and Santa Claus.
I really hate Elf, so I've only...
What? What's the matter with you?
The look of shock on Jose's face.
It's so good.
Yeah.
I had to remove testicles today. That's what I've been up to.
Okay, that's the intro. I hope you were
My
recording.
dad-
That's the intro.
Clarification.
Little Cheddar got castrated today, and he's not happy. He's not happy about it.
Did you do it yourself? You're not
No,
supposed to.
I didn't go outside and get like 2 bricks. The vets had a pair of nutcrackers.
Any more Christmas themed?
I was working on that and Jose was the only one that reacted. I was working on that joke for so long. That was like such a good Christmas ball removing joke. Nutcrackers, nothing from you.
Ho ho
Merry
ho!
Christmas.
And
Sorry.
damn it, Jose.
He already
That was
ruined it.
not on purpose.
Oh,
That was
like,
not
it's
on
been
purpose.
2 seconds.
What are
I
you?
say. He's
What are you, the
ruined
ghost
already.
of Christmas ruination, Jose?
I just hope it doesn't take the route of the Transformers and just sucks dick, because like those movies suck so bad. I'm so pissed off
Wow.
at Transformers.
Could you explain to me why there's a prosthetic penis needed?
I still don't actually get what the Watergate scandal was.
It was a scandal about a gate in some water.
Hold on one second. I'm gonna clean my glasses.
I mean, that's a change from eating.
He can't
What?
hear us.
I can't hear
Didn't
you.
hear that.
That's not a good laugh.
Last time David rang in on his phone, then he disappeared for about 10-15 minutes, then he came back with a baby, and then the baby fell asleep. I mean, this is going to go wrong badly anyway. David, what is your line?
Hey Neil, is this the one where we embarrass ourselves?
No, this is the one with the quiz.
Nah, this is the one. Fuck.
No, it's the one where we were on a break because we haven't done a new episode in a couple of weeks. Because we were on a break. Nothing.
Okay, well, let's just get started, shall we?
They'll
Let's...
just do.
Well, none of us are
Anyway.
actors. We
Yeah,
That
this
was
is an
terrible.
epic fail.
I'll be there for you, like you're there for me too.
Wait, have you people watched this film?
It sounds like we should raise our hand to take turns answering.
Second time you've said that, Jose. Okay? One more time and you're out, okay?
None of those words made sense to me.
Boy, you'll find out, Marie.
Charles.
Oh.
Charles Stabby?
Your mum.
Oh, shit.
Jose, this is a risky time to drink.
Give me some credit. I actually watched one horror movie.
Oh man.
It's kind of embarrassing when an English person beats an American at an American question.
The music round!
Dun, 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 dun.
Let's take a musical break.
And now you're just like stabbing me in the back even more.
Fuck, that was a tie. I said it a lot faster than you guys.
Yes! Marie!
Hey!
Marie's on the board!
Traumatizes David to this day, which is why he's never taken a bath this whole
I can't take baths. Nope, they scare the shit out of
Be
me.
naked lady in them.
No, Neil, that doesn't count.
I'm looking for David. I'm David right now.
It's a horrifying mess, if that counts.
That's a dance style?
Yep.
Yeah, I think it's a magazine. Oh. Cause I'm open-minded as hell. I think you're pretty good looking.
Is everyone full of the Christmas spirit?
Ho ho stuff.
This is a family-friendly show.
Jose.
You, David. No.
Luke was first. Yes, he was.
I was.
I'm making myself look pretty with the lights.
Sweet Jesus.
You definitely didn't finish either.
That's what she said.
Jose, you're on the list. You're on the naughty list.
I've not seen the film.
Come all ye faithful.
Wizard of Oz isn't a Christmas film, is it?
You
Swat bag of dicks over there just said.
I mean, none of these names are easy.
You gotta play by the rules.
Jose, wait for the question to be asked. You're disqualified from this round.
Well, I guess that's the right answer.
Gremlins time.
Oh, I hate this film.
You hate it?
Shall I show myself out?
I haven't frozen, Luke. I'm just incandescent with rage.
Do I get a point for that? I feel like I should get a point. That was a question.
And you will be wrong.
I got the point.
Oh, God.
It wouldn't be Christmas without Die Hard.
This is unfair.
Jose, I want less of this.
How is anyone listening to this going to get this?
Shut your face.
Stupid Jose with your bag of dicks.
I've just had a great time, everybody.
I bet if it was bagadicks.com, you wouldn't ever get it wrong.
Don't Google that, David.
Shut your face, Jose. Shut your Christmas face.
La 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 la.
It's a penis talk. How many penis jokes can we get in there?
Infected schlong. 2 on dong talks and jokes, aren't we?
I mean, his dick alone was intimidating.
Of Alpha's cock already. More Willy, David. More Willy.
Yeah, but that Willy is, I mean, poor Cillian Murphy, man. The massive giant dick threat.
That's like 5 dong mentions, man. The giant, remember, once it had been like...
Man, that would have gone top of the Christmas tree, man. That would have been the star.
Hang your spine next to their penis.
Alpha with the handicap, man. That's, I mean, try running with 3 legs. It's hard. Alpha Dong! Alpha Dong, man.
That dude's spine on Alpha's dong, because I was like right there, next to his head.
Alpha Dong. What was flapping in my face?
Jose-style fun fact about Alpha Dongs.
And you gotta have a massive dick.
Big dong energy guy.
Pretty sure the first guy had big dong energy as well. That was a big-ass dong running after them.
What, you want more dong in the second film?
I want all of the dong. Man, if there's not 2 dongs fighting each other, a dong off.
I think we need to finish off the dong, David. Are we done with the dong? We're done with the dong. I'm going to have to put a dong counter up, aren't I, in this episode? A giant infected dong.
Giant infected dick before? Nice!
Alpha dongs and helicopter dongs and just dongs in general. Be a temple of alpha dongs.
Could be the Bone Temple! Under Long D.
All the dongs.
Was it Spartan or was it Dong? Let us know in the comments.
Dong, plutonium-powered pop culture podcast. See you then.
We Needed Roads.